All right, we're live. Yeah, doing a hangout today. And yeah, so how's everybody doing? So, right now we got DJ in the house. How's it going, man? And Mass Singer. So we have a couple of people so far. But yeah, different day. I don't, uh, usually I don't do hangouts on Saturdays, but, why not? I figured more people are off, on Saturdays. So, anybody who wants to join up, I'll go for a little bit. And I'm trying to plan these out more. Um, like the hangouts and stuff like that. Trying to schedule them better. But yeah, like I said, I don't really do hangouts much on Saturdays. But here we are. Thoughts on Warner Media Discovery merger? I have no idea. I haven't heard a thing about that. But yeah, we still got one person watching. Oh, and by the way, I might as well show this off because recently my aunt was throwing some stuff away, including some tapes, some VHS tapes, and I picked out a few that I'm going to keep. Um, so I'll go ahead and show you guys what I've collected. Do that real quick. And maybe I should have had this ready, but it's okay. I was going to do this anyway. Yeah, I did hear about that. Beverly Hills Cop 4 has got a new director. But so, and I have some over here too. But yeah, my aunt was throwing away some tapes, and I'm like, hey, I'll take some of that. So, Jurassic Park, VHS, and mostly for like decor. Like I have a couple of tapes up there on the top shelf of the Golden Child and Hackers. So, for looks or I maybe at some point I'll get a VCR just to have one again. But hey, Jurassic Park on VHS. Also got The Lost World on VHS. So I got that. And I got Batman 89 on VHS. I do have these on Blu-ray, so I already have those on Blu-ray, but I did not have these right here, which is really cool. But we have, and I got 3 of these on VHS. The Mask cartoon. And I believe this is the first 2 episodes. But yeah, so because I don't know how many of these are out there still, but I got that. And the 2 episodes on here, they're called The Mask is Always Greener on the Other Side, parts 1 and 2. And it's about 45 minutes. But yeah, so I got that. Another tape of the Mask animated series. and there's 2 episodes on here. And I have Baby's Wild Ride and The Terrible Twos. So yeah, I got 3 mask tapes that my aunt was going to throw out, and I'm like, hey, I'll take those, to have them. If I ever do get a VCR, I could pop these in one day and watch them. And I did pick out a few more, like Batman Forever on VHS, Hollow Man, which I already have. Edward Scissorhands, and The Ring. But pretty cool though. I mean, to have these. But yeah, because again, I don't know how many of these are left out there. But I guess my uncle, these were his. And again, my aunt was going to throw them out. I'm like, hey, I'll take them. So yeah, there you go. Hey Ty, how's it going? Yeah, I literally just started 5 minutes ago. And I don't know if Matt's going to show up, but it's whoever wants to join. I had Hollow Man on VHS, but the cover was all white. Hey, movie, TV show, and video game fan, how's it going? But yeah, I'm gonna start to like schedule videos in regards to like these StreamYard sessions, uh, like the Hangouts and such. Like pick one night a week to do them. I know lately it's been sort of random, like out of the blue. But to people out there that are in the chat, the 4 people that are watching, like what night is good as far as like, doing these hangouts and stuff? What's the night that works? Hey, Scotty, how's it going? Yeah, I just started the stream about 5 minutes ago. And yeah, it's whoever jumps in. I'm just sort of sitting back and I'll go for a little while. But yeah. Did you forget that Rose Byrne was in Sunshine? I might have. I mean, but I mean, really good cast. Yeah, Sunshine's a good movie. I may have forgotten that, I forgot that she was in the film, but it's okay. I mean, like, even Michelle Yeoh, who's in the movie, didn't have a lot to do. I wish that she was in the film more, but it's still a good movie. Saturday or Wednesday, okay. Let me see. All right, let me put it in the. I'll put an invite link in the private chat. I don't know. Let me. I don't know if you could see it, but hey, Bobby, dealing with some physical discomfort, but I'm okay for now. What happened? I mean, are you okay? I mean, hope you get well, man. But yeah, I don't know if Matt's gonna join up, but I'm talking about Studio Red Band, Matt. I don't know if he's going to join in, but the invite is open. Let's look at some movie news here. Do you think the sunshine scene where Mark Strong's character Penbacker says for 7 years I spoke with God is a conspiracy? I don't know. I never thought of that. I mean, and that's like some of the parts with that character in the film. I like that. I mean, it kind of felt like the finale, well, the third act of the film went into like it felt like a horror film a little bit with that character. But I never thought of it as a conspiracy. But it's a good film, Sunshine. It's not, to me, it's not going to be a favorite of mine. I think there's other films that have done it better, like 2001, Event Horizon, but it's still a good movie, good cast. Okay. Now, how do I send you a link? You get an email, Ty, or thoughts on Will Smith being banned from the Oscars for 10 years? Yeah. Good. I mean, I'm glad. I'm glad they finally did something. Chad Cancelton's not happy, but you know what? I'm glad they made that decision. And Will Smith, you know, even he's accepted it. So there you go. I definitely agree with that. Yeah, a Contra TV series would be cool. Yeah. I agree. I 100% agree. Happy birthday, Bobby. Yeah, like I said, I mean, if anybody, okay, I'll shoot you a link, Scotty. All right, Scotty, I sent you a invite via email. Yeah, I mean, I like that. I mean, and to be honest, that's some of my favorite parts of the film. I don't know if I really talked about it much in the review, but I like that how in the third act of Sunshine, I went into a little bit like a horror film. But yeah, you don't really, and maybe, and I know that's the thing with that film is a lot of people complain about the third act, and I get it because it's very erratic in terms of editing. It's very all over the place. You can't really understand what's happening, and that's one thing about the film, the third act. And Danny Boyle is a great filmmaker, but I just wish that they would have calmed down on the whatever they were doing with the third act, because again it got a little bit too erratic and herky jerky. Like I could not make it. Some of it I could not make out what was happening. But yeah, I don't know. I never seen American Dad. All right. Time. Getting ready to shoot you a link here. Getting the name right. All right. I wonder how Jada would react if Will finally divorces her. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I think it will happen at some point. All right. We got Scotty here. Hey.
Hey, how are you doing?
Pretty good.
That's good.
So you said you were something. Is everything okay?
I don't know. There's something I won't dwell on it, but there's some physical discomfort around my stomach area, really on the sides. So, but I did see urologist. Until I get some further diagnosis, I won't know for sure what's going on. But I just got to keep myself hydrated and all that good stuff. So I should be okay for now, hopefully.
Okay. So how you been doing, man? I mean, aside from that,
just been keeping busy. I did. Since I got paid, I decided to go ahead and grab a few. Well, technically bought them last week, but I bought some TV shows like Spencer for Hire. I don't know if you've heard of that.
Yeah, I've heard of it. I haven't seen it.
And I got the Beauty and the Beast TV show with Linda Hamilton on the way. I guess it won't be coming in until Monday.
Yeah, I got the first 2 seasons of that.
Oh, not the third one. I guess you kind of know about what happens in that one. I'm assuming that's why you don't have it.
What, season 3?
Yeah.
No, I don't know what happens.
Well, I don't want to spoil it, so.
But we got Junebug here. Hey.
Good old Ty.
Hey.
How's it going?
Good.
So, and then there was 3.
Well, prayers for you, Scotty.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
Yeah, I wanted to say about Matt Sinner. Will Smith actually filed for divorce. Remember around 2000, what was it, early 2019, 2020 when they had that discussion thing?
Yeah.
Will Smith filed for divorce as soon as Jada cheated, but Jada went through a nasty divorce as a child, and she does not want that. So she refused to sign the papers. Now, I've done my research on this, so bear with me. In the state of California, they have the least amount of where you have to sign the papers. In the state of California, it is 30 days to sign the divorce papers. So that basically means that Jada, there's some sort of, because they're Hollywood, and this is going a little bit into Hollywood conspiracy theory route, but because the 30 days they're legally considered divorced in California, but it's more because Jada refuses to sign the papers. They're living in separate houses. They're basically just married on paper.
Mm.
And
wow.
The thing is, I mean, I'm sorry, Will. I know you are in love with Jada, but sometimes you have to realize when the woman doesn't love you anymore. And here's the thing. Also, if Jada and her got a divorce, it would be probably one of the biggest court case battles ever in California because, that. Well, I can't think of an appropriate word to call her because I'm trying to be a little nice. But I'm thinking of a word that rhymes with witch. So.
Oh, I think she's worse than that.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
It starts with a C.
Yeah. I think she's sometimes even worse than the devil. So. She would try to get alimony from Will Smith to the point where we would probably see Will Smith having Brendan Fraser's career right before his hopefully comeback. Where basically Will Smith would be doing straight to DVD movies just to pay her alimony. She would also try to get spousal support too, because they've been married long enough. I
Yeah,
mean,
the courts really favor the woman these days. So yeah,
exactly. Well,
Hmm.
unless you, hey, I'll,
let's get
I'll
some
say
evidence.
I'll say this to Will Smith: there are plenty of corrupt lawyers here in Kansas City that would gladly take your case, because there's some corrupt lawyers right now in Kansas City that are.
Yeah, maybe he should get a hold of those lawyers.
Yeah,
What do
because
you guys think about the Oscars banning him for 10 years?
Mm.
um,
I don't know if
I
I would have banned him for 10 years, but I
I
think
wouldn't
they
say
should have at least
I
they should have banned him for a good while, maybe half that, maybe a
I
little
would
less.
here's what I was telling people. Okay, in the state of California, it is 6 months in jail for assault. Now, because the Oscars is yearly, I was saying it should be a 6-year ban, and then the Oscars should, also in the state of California, it's a $10,000 fine if you assault somebody. Now, that's just pocket change for Will Smith. I was saying the Oscars should charge him something that would actually probably hurt him a little bit. Charge him because Will Smith is worth $350 million. I googled it. Now take after taxes and all that stuff. I would say charge him a good amount of money. To say, hey, and the other thing is, I even did research on it too.
Sorry,
If
I just wanted to switch the volume on my computer. So go ahead,
No problem.
Ty.
the state of California can even issue, if the marriage is, I hate using the word because it's so overused now, but toxic enough, that the state of California can issue a court-ordered divorce, but that usually falls into more like domestic violent,
Yeah.
marriages. And I don't think they've ever. I am pretty sure they don't ever hit each other in their marriage. At least I hope not. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, and Will Smith, I've learned a lot about him recently. Okay, because it was I did all my research. Okay, before Will Smith, who was the top selling, black actor box office
Denzel?
draw? Before this is in the 80s. So who was the top selling box office draw that was black in the 80s? Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, Eddie Murphy, yeah.
Eddie Murphy.
So,
and then maybe Snipes kind of did that for a bit before Will Smith got popular, I would say.
Bobby, I sent you a link, Bobby.
Well, here's the thing. I recently learned this about Will Smith. So remember in the 90s, they had all these black actors that were huge. Will Smith wanted to be on top, and he had a rivalry with all of them. It's because he wanted to be on top. So he saw, him and Martin Lawrence got along long, obviously. But
yeah,
he did not get along with Chris Rock ever. I mean, they were competing for roles for years. I mean, Chris Rock was even on the short list to be an Independence Day.
Hey, Bobby.
What up, guys?
Hey,
Bobby.
I mean, so Will Smith always wanted to be at the top, box office draw, and he saw all these other actors as competition, and so he kind of did all this stuff to not really derail them, but make sure that he was always in the spotlight and all this stuff. And I learned a lot of this from there's a YouTube channel, Vlad TV. Have you guys ever watched it?
No, I never heard of it.
Nope.
They
Sounds
do
familiar, but I have never heard of it.
they do he does interviews usually with like a lot of like lesser stars, and like he interviewed D.L. Hughley, and D.L. Hughley kind of did not have very nice things to say about Will Smith. I mean, it makes you I respect the man of what his image is on screen, but the man himself, it's like, well, you're a really good actor, I guess, because Will, you definitely need to honestly probably just get some therapy.
So do you think he's going to go more into the direct-to-video realm after this?
I wouldn't doubt it, because here's the other thing. He's also they might actually consider him like, I'm really comparing but they might consider him more like John McTiernan route, where he's not insurable. So he might just be doing direct to DVD movies.
Yeah.
And it'd be on him, So and I would, I was even saying what the Academy should do is try to get SAG involved, the Screen Actors Guild, and take away his SAG card for 6 years too.
Yeah.
Because that basically means that Will Smith would have to do direct to DVD movies, because he would have to do, because the unions aren't controlled by the guilds, obviously are controlled by the unions, and Will Smith would have to be, basically he would have to earn his SAG card back. That's what I was saying they should do. And then by the way, next year Chris Rock should host the Oscars again.
They should. I mean,
and because here's the thing, I'm just waiting. I am just waiting for Chris Rock's next special.
Yeah.
Because this is not over. Chris Rock is going to be is going to be the type of troll comedian that will just troll this. Oh, I mean, did you even hear what he said to the Oscars? The Oscars head producer?
What did he say?
Says, I just took a shot from Muhammad Ali and it was weak. I mean, that was such a weak punch too. Not even, or slap, whatever. That was just like, I mean, that was not even a. People are saying bitch slap, and I know I just, but I mean, that was not even a bitch slap. That was like a little kid play fighting,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, Chris Rock host the Oscars next year.
Yeah,
Basically, you're saying the punishment for Will Smith should be doing straight to video films, right?
I think so. I mean, hey, and honestly, because you have to keep in mind, Will Smith is in the top 10 highest paid actors of last year and for the past 5 years. I mean, the list is usually The Rock, Vin Diesel, Will Smith, Chris Hemsworth, Chris Evans, Jackie Chan has been on that list for 10 years.
Wow.
Denzel. I mean, Will Smith was getting, before this, 20, 50 million a movie at the most. So direct to DVD movies maybe could be good too. I mean, because a 10-year ban, yeah, that's reasonable, but I think he should have gotten SAG involved and said, we're going to take away your SAG card for 10 years too. Because hey, guess what? That means that because that like I said, that means that he can't charge 50 million a movie, because that's not how the unions work. I mean, so basically, if we raised enough money on Kickstarter, it'd be good for us, because then we, if we wanted to make a movie, we raised enough money on Kickstarter, we could afford Will Smith,
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll still probably demand, like, let's say 10 million a film.
He can't do that.
He'll go the route of Steven Seagal.
He can't
Minus the weight.
SAG could put a stipulation also on his ban too about how much he could charge for a film too. I mean, he not only pissed off the Academy, he pissed off the unions. I don't think this is over yet. I mean, I'm going to wait and see what SAG does, because you take away his SAG card, or even his director's card, which I know Will Smith probably has one. I don't even think he's ever directed anything, but I'm sure he has one.
Yeah.
If you take away his SAG card or any type of his guild cards, that means he would have to work in more direct to DVD route. Because
You can join Seagal. They can make a movie together.
yeah,
Or him and Wesley Snipes can do the triple feature.
he can. Wait, no. He could do what he could do is some of those. Remember, how Universal is doing the direct to DVD movies of their sequels that came out like 20 years later. He could do like a sequel to. He could do like a sequel to some Universal movie that. Like, really, they're making a sequel to that?
They can have him remake the past 20 years of Seagal's movies and just insert slap in the title.
Or maybe a sequel to The Rundown, unless they've already done that.
The slap down? Yeah.
The slap down.
It's called the slap down.
Oh, no. I know they already did one, but make a Bulletproof 3 with Will Smith.
We're going to call it. Yeah, just remake Seagal's movies. Put slap in the title, like Today You Slap, Belly of the Slap.
Today You Slap the Bass Big Time. That would be a wonderful musical right there.
Drove with the Slap.
By the way, I forgot to mention, there was actually a couple other.
Hey, Wild Man.
What's up, Wild Man?
What's up, Wild Man?
Let me know if you want to come in, Wild Man. I've only been on for a little bit here.
A couple other TV shows I bought. Like I bought Melrose Place, the original 90s one. Mm-hmm. I'm sure you may have heard of that one.
What's the name of it again?
Melrose Place.
The show?
Yeah, the show.
I've never seen the show.
And then there was, oh yeah, and I'll give you a hint. It starts with Mac, and I believe you can finish the rest.
Me?
Mac and Me?
No. It's another TV show.
McDonald's.
Okay, fine. I'll do this.
Oh, yeah.
I'll do the last part. Guyver. I'm sure you can.
MacGyver.
Sure. Yeah, MacGyver.
Richard Dean Anderson?
Yeah, I bought the Blu-ray on Amazon.
Oh, you got the Blu-ray?
Yeah.
How much you pay for it?
Surprisingly, well, I bought that, and I bought the season 6, volume 2 of Melrose Place. Because here's the way I bought the series in a kind of a different way. Because if I did it my way because it was cheaper. Because if I bought the complete series on Amazon, where it's together, it would have cost me, like with tax, we're probably looking at closer to $139. But the way I did it, I managed to buy a couple of the first 2 seasons like for $10. Then some seller on eBay, because I bought those on eBay, but the seller on eBay has seasons 3 through 7 available that he was selling. But he didn't have volume 2 of season 6 for whatever reason. But I made an offer for $55. He took it, so it was $55 plus the $10.35 plus probably like the 12 and change for the Melrose. And I think I ended up paying like around $82, which is better than what I would have paid had I bought it on Amazon. And eBay wasn't any cheaper. They wanted like $139 or even more. And if I did, yeah. So luckily I managed to get it underneath $100. So that was pretty smart on my end to figure all that out. And then with the tax from MacGyver, it probably would have been like, maybe, I don't know. It would have been 85 or so, I guess. I don't know. But anyways, I think it was a good deal because a lot of other places want $100 for the MacGyver Blu-ray set. So luckily I got lucky on that. I'm glad I kind of waited.
Yeah, I mean, the last time I checked, it was about that same price.
It was $80.40, and I will be getting it tomorrow.
Let's see how much it is. Oh, wow, that's cheap.
Well, congratulations on getting the new Guyver show.
Well, the
new one, yeah, right. You got the new one on DVD, right, and Blu-ray.
Mm-hmm.
with what's that guy's name? Lucas Till?
No, I'm talking about the old school MacGyver.
I know.
Fuck the new MacGyver. Fuck Lucas Till.
Oh, you didn't like the new MacGyver? I haven't even seen it.
I saw like the first 5 minutes of it. I'm like, this isn't MacGyver. This is a MacGyver wannabe.
Yeah. Did you hear that they asked Tom Selleck to have a cameo in the new Magnum PI TV show, which I think is still on? I don't even know. But he said, yeah, I'll do it for $1 billion. Which I love Tom Selleck because that's a business strategy. You sit there say an over amount that they're not going to pay you,
Yeah.
and so I'm just like, yes, I love Tom Selleck.
So he basically knows that the new show is pretty much shit, I would assume.
Well, he said that he said he made fun of the guy. He said, "Can you not grow an awesome mustache like me?" I mean, or do you just have peach fuzz? I love Tom.
Hey, man.
Greetings,
Hey.
salutations.
Wild man beyond in the house.
Hey,
Oh, man.
Wildman.
You were just talking about Tom Selleck.
What about him?
I tell go ahead.
He was trolling. He was trolling basically the new Magnum PI guy, saying, "Can you not grow a mustache? You just grow peach fuzz."
It's cool. That's finally he said something because he hasn't said anything about that show since. Is it still on?
I don't know.
Is it? Let me look.
I was gonna say I don't know. I don't even care to look. So
I know that MacGyver is gone. Thank God.
Yeah, it's still on. Season
the
4.
only good thing about the new MacGyver show is they have that this really hot girl on it. The only reason I know her is because she was on an episode of Impractical Jokers.
Is she the one with she's the British girl, right?
What's her name?
I don't even know her name.
Is she British?
I don't think she's British, is she?
I don't know.
All I know is she was on an episode of Impractical Jokers, and like Murray was trying to flirt with her so hard, and she just was not interested at all. And I'm like, but when I saw this girl, I'm like, man, she should be a Bond girl,
Mm-hmm.
As long as she doesn't hook up with Daniel Craig.
We know for those who know, we know what happened to Daniel Craig, so she doesn't have to worry about that in the James Bond movie.
Are you talking about Tristan Mays? The
That
girl?
might be it. Burnett. She's a Burnett, so
Yeah. The Masked Singer, he's at it again.
Can I just say forget all of them and just have Jada do all of that,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because and have Will Smith do it too. He just does it to Jada, saying, "Either sign the papers or this is going to happen to you."
There you go.
And then
That's
give
your
her,
answer.
and then give her a good open hand like Sean Connery in Goldfinger.
Yeah, that'll be awesome.
Well, wow, man, what's your thoughts on Will Smith being banned for 10 years at the Oscars?
I understand it. It's necessary because he fucked up and he has to pay the price for it. What it was. I mean, something's got to give. So I guess it's understandable.
Yeah.
I would probably what I was saying, like I said though, I 10 years is fine, but I was going to say 6 years just because, again, in the state of California, six months, it's a 6 month ban, or 6 months in jail if you assault somebody. So I was going to say 6 year ban, and then fine him within a reasonable amount of money that the courts can agree with. And also, I was going to say if Wildman didn't hear me, I was going to say take away his SAG card too.
Yeah, I don't think they should do that, but just suspend them for 10 years. That's it. Because let's get it's fucking Hollywood. Hollywood is known for doing wacky shit. It's not nothing new. People are acting like they're born yesterday. It ain't fucking nothing new. Hollywood has always been like that. What's the big deal? I'm not condoning bad behavior, but let's face it, it's fucking Hollywood. They're known for shit like that.
Yeah. I mean, the other thing also I was going to say is if I was head of the Academy, I would say, in those 10 years, we're not going to recognize your Oscar. You could still have your Oscar, but we don't recognize it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? They're not going to even remember these movies because every time, because the Oscars, all these movies that have won Best Picture, they're completely forgotten about. No one's going to give a shit about those movies, and they're definitely not going to give a shit about this for the next 10 years. It's fucking
Johnny,
Hollywood. Let's get real here.
Johnny says Will Smith needs to retire.
Everybody wants to retire now. Jim Carrey, Sandra Bullock, Will Smith. I mean,
yeah, it seems like.
I just saw the new Sandra Bullock movie, Lost City, which it wasn't too bad, but I felt like I didn't laugh like I should have. Like a lot of the other people laughed at certain parts, but I didn't.
With Jim Carrey, like I think he's going to be more selective. I do think he's going to come back for like Sonic 3 or something like that, you know. So.
Yeah.
I heard that he might come back for Ace Ventura, but in a condition like, oh, I wanted to be a real. Yeah, come on, man.
Yeah, like he wants a different take, or
it'll be like that same shit with Beverly Hills Cop 3. Oh, I want him to be realistic. I don't want him to be funny. Come on.
I would be concerned about a new Ace Ventura movie because, listen, I mean, I do support.
You know what? Just come back for The Mask. I want to see that. Come back for The Mask.
We deserve a good sequel because from what I saw of Son of the Mask, it looked pretty awful.
My aunt was getting ready to throw these out, Wild Man, and I picked up the cartoon on VHS. Some of the episodes.
Awesome.
I don't know if you saw it before, but
awesome. Yeah, if Jim Carrey wants to do a sequel for something, come back, do The Mask, do the fucking Mask.
Yeah.
Make us forget about the second one, right?
Son of the Mask.
Exactly.
I didn't even see it. I don't think I want to.
I saw like a clip of it, and it looked pretty awful. Just the whole mask itself looked fucking fake.
Well, I mean, hey, my only thing about Ace Ventura 3 is that, here's my thing. Listen, I support animal rights and all that stuff, but I don't support PETA. I would be concerned that Jim Carrey, Ace Ventura would be a member of PETA now. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Well, they would just make all the animals CGI.
With all this woke crap, they'll probably do some woke shit with the animal rights and shit.
That's what I was thinking. Well, man, they were gonna put some of that stuff in there.
Well, and I'm asking,
make the monkey gender fluid.
Yeah, because the monkey. That'd be interesting because what could be interesting then if you could obviously tell they switched the monkey's gender because remember, not to say I was really looking, but it's kind of hard not to miss it. In Ace Ventura 3, you could, and when Spike is tied up to the raft, you could clearly see Spike's dick. So that what could be funny is that they switch Spike to a girl monkey.
I think that could work maybe for an Ace Ventura movie.
I agree, Johnny.
I had an idea for a title for Ace Ventura. I made it up. I called it Ace Ventura Adventures in Las Vegas or something like that.
Johnny says
set in Las Vegas where he gets to visit Elvis.
Either that
covers an unexpected, animal scam down there, and maybe that could be.
I agree, Johnny. I agree. Whatever happened to celebrating movies that had good special effects? It's all about artsy. Don't get me wrong; those movies are okay, but those aren't the only movies people go watch. What about movies like Jaws? I remember Jaws being nominated. Aliens got nominated. Sigourney Weaver, she was nominated for an actress Oscar. You don't expect movies to get something like that. I want to see that again.
It's kind of one of the reasons why, like, when I become a director, and lately that career path has kind of shifted. I more want to, Junebug Films to be an actual big studio, but more like how New Line was back in the day before they were bought out by Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
I've said recently that if I get nominated and I win an Oscar, yeah, sure, I'm going to go to the Oscars because that's a party. I get free food, free drinks. I'll go to the party, but I might not go up on stage and accept my award. I might just sit there and they say, and the Oscar goes to Ty Romulus Nyberg, and I'll just sit there, do a cheer to the presenter, and then just smile and wave at the main camera.
Who's gonna be like your host comedian? Andrew Dice Clay?
Oh my gosh! Have Andrew. Chris Rock and Andrew Dice Clay host the
Andrew
Oscars
Dice
next
Clay
year.
should definitely host the Oscars. I'll definitely watch it for that.
Andrew Dice Clay and Chris Rock next year.
And while we're at it, we can throw in Joe Piscopo, right?
Oh, yes. What is he doing now? Why not?
I don't know. I know. I watched an interview with him recently.
I know he was on Fox News for he was talking shit about Robert De Niro, which is no problem with that.
I know he was talking about how incredibly sensitive we are, basically.
I mean,
bring Joe Piscopo back. I love that guy. What happened to him? I would love to see him come back. He's still looking good. He looks great. He's I think he's like 70 or something. He looks good.
Yeah.
He takes care of himself. You remember he was in that Karate Kid rip-off Sidekick with Chuck Norris?
Yeah.
It's funny because it was like a spin-off. It was like a funny spin-off to Karate Kid. Now we got Cobra Kai now.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to see Joe Piscopo on Cobra Kai. I would love to see that.
Yeah, while we're at it, get Chuck Norris on there too.
Yeah,
Chuck Norris should definitely be on. Van Damme should definitely be on there, and Jeff Speakman and Cynthia Rothrock, since they mentioned her.
Yeah,
that was a good. I like that how they gave tribute to her on that show. Get her in.
Do you think should we have Hillary Swank in there?
Absolutely.
Yes.
We need her. They definitely Cobra Kai needs her for sure. Definitely.
What do you guys say to this? Alien or Predator?
I'm going to say both.
Definitely Predator. I hang out with
Predator.
those guys, no
Yes,
doubt.
like Deion Sanders said, both.
I'm gonna say, we're talking about like the first movie alone. Don't get me wrong, I love Predator, but like I would say that Alien is the better film.
Mm-hmm.
Just because, I mean, that's how
because of its style, you mean the cinematography. I see what you mean.
Yeah, and like
Ridley Scott, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and just because like the claustrophobic stuff of it and how that's a horror movie, because and one of the most scariest horror movies ever.
And and Alien changed all that. Aliens changed all that and turned into an action. But that was like the first movie to combine action with horror so well.
That's one of the reasons why I said with a new Alien movie, here's what you should do, Disney. First of all, get a guy who has a background in horror. Like get one of those Asian horror directors that's not James Wan.
Get John Carpenter. Why not? Get John Carpenter.
Well, I was going to say not the guy who did yes, he did do the American remake of The Grudge, but the guy who did the Grudge series, because and I'm talking more when I say The Grudge, I'm more talking about the Japanese Grudge movies. Because those ones are freaky. Get a guy who actually knows horror, and go back to the horror roots, and use Neil Blomkamp's Alien 5 script.
Yeah, I mean, he had.
They need to re-greenlight that movie. Neil Blomkamp, he has some great ideas, and they need to re-greenlight that RoboCop movie you wanted to do too. Re-greenlight both of them.
Yeah.
Neil Blomkamp is the man for the job now. Recently, and they keep fucking him over. I'm sick of it.
What if Chris Nolan made a new Alien film?
No fucking way. No fucking way.
I'm sure he's a good director, but he just does not fit the Alien verse.
No.
I still say the guy who I still say have Neil Blomkamp write it. I don't know. I
love District 9. He did a great job with that. I prefer that more than
his
Avatar.
best film.
I really enjoyed that.
I would say I would say have him write it and maybe be like a producer on it, but don't have him direct it, because I don't know if his directing style really fits with Alien. But because have him work with another director who could give it more of that horror edge.
Yeah.
And
I don't know if he's not even honestly that great of a writer. I mean, I think
whatever happened to that sequel to District 9, because the way it ended, he said he'll come back in 3 years. What's going on with that sequel? What's going on with that?
From what I heard,
what is it called again?
District 9.
The sequel?
Yeah, because how the way it ended, he said he was going to come back for him in 3 years to cure him. I mean, what's taking so long?
From what I heard, it's because they couldn't find funding for the movie.
What I'm sorry, say again?
From what I heard, they couldn't find funding.
Ah.
There was some leaked details on that Sony leak some time ago about I think it was called District 10, or it was going to be called District 10 or whatever.
Yeah, that's a good title. I like that. District 9, District 10. I like how they changed it up. Yeah.
I was going to say the thing was I feel like Neil Blomkamp, sets his movies too much in South Africa. I think he needs to set them somewhere else. That's what
I believe that guy has a future, and I think he's going to be the next best thing, like since Steven Spielberg or John Carpenter. But Hollywood, keep fucking this guy over if it fucking aggravates me. Give this guy a fucking break.
Yeah, I mean, Chappie wasn't perfect, but it wasn't that. I mean, it wasn't horrible. I mean, Diane was. I could have done.
I need to see Chappie, but the only Chappie I think about is Chappie from Iron Eagle.
Yeah, there you go. That's
speaking of that. Did you guys see the new trailer to Top Gun Maverick? What'd you think?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I hope
definitely. I definitely want to see.
I totally have faith in this because it's what you expect from a Top Gun movie. And Tom Cruise is back. Val Kilmer, you see a glimpse of him. And it looks like it's gonna be good, despite the fact that Tony Scott, but the new director, he really captures what the Tony Scottish of the original film. I think I have total hope for this.
So my thing
and Jennifer Connelly too. So she's
Jennifer Connelly. Yeah. Kelly McGillis. No, it was cool. She is Top Gun, but you know what? Seeing how she is now, no offense to her. Jennifer Connelly, if you want to switch from Kelly McGillis to Jennifer Connelly, that's cool. But if you're going to have a romance in Top Gun, you can't do it without Take My Breath Away. It'll be blasphemy. I hope they have it in.
Mike, I'm wondering, what I'm wondering now, if Top Gun 2 is successful, are we going to get another Iron Eagle movie?
You know what? You must have read my mind because Iron Eagle is very underrated because I know Top Gun. I know on YouTube people already have this rivalry between Top Gun and Iron Eagle. But if you look at Iron Eagle came first. A lot of people say Iron Eagle is like a rip off the top. Iron Eagle was first.
Yeah, it was first. Came out in January of '86.
And you know what? It had more sequels.
Yeah, I was going to say it had more sequels.
It took us 30 years to get a Top Gun sequel. But Iron Eagle is like some people say Iron Eagle. Top Gun stole Iron Eagle's thunder. But I love Top Gun.
I'm one of the very few. I actually like Iron Eagle better than Top Gun.
I don't blame you. I still prefer Top Gun, but I love. I have to go. But I see where you're coming from.
Well, Johnny wants to know what are you guys' thoughts on the movie Legend?
It's a good film.
I have not seen it.
I have never seen it. I need to watch it. I know this was the movie Tom Cruise did before Top Gun. I need to watch it. I need to check it out.
I got it, but I haven't seen it yet.
The best Legend of Zelda movie that never happened.
We need a Legend of Zelda movie. All these the new Sonic is out. We got Super Mario. Give us a fucking Zelda movie.
That's why I tell people I'm looking forward to the new Mario movie because if it's successful, we have a chance of getting a Legend of Zelda movie.
You know what? Another video game franchise that definitely Metroid. Do a Metroid movie. All this talk about Lara Croft being the first big female video game. No, Samus Aran was the first. Came first, way before Lara Croft. I want to see a Metroid movie.
You know who should? I'm going to say Dirty Harry.
Cobra.
Are you talking about movies turned to video games?
Oh no, like this question up here, DJ is asking: Cobra, Dirty Harry, or Axel Foley?
Oh man, that's tough. I love Dirty. It's like I'm kind of a mix between a tie between Dirty Harry and Cobra. I love Axel Foley, but Dirty Harry and Cobra is like a tie with me.
Yeah, I can see that. It's really hard to pick those three. It's just
I'm gonna go with Cobra though.
With
now that deserves a sequel. I like to.
That's a fucking. What is taking Sly? Let that trauma go and give us Cobra 2. What is taking so long, man?
Yeah,
you're getting up there. Do it before it's too late, man. Gee.
And for crying out loud, Stallone, do better special editions of the Rocky sequels too.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna give me something to drink real quick. You guys keep talking.
Here's my thing. Why don't you just do this, Sly? Play an older Cobra. And then, you have, bring in a younger guy, and be the mentor.
No. That young mentor stuff is getting old. That's getting too old now. Yeah, but why not have the older that trend in westerns, like the old something's going wrong and the old gunslinger needs to come back and help out. He doesn't really need any help. That young blood thing, it's getting played out now. I understand what you're saying, but it's getting played out now.
I'm back.
Here's my thing too. Maybe if they, and I was gonna say if they make another Iron Eagle movie, what's his name? Jason
Gedrick.
Yeah.
Jason Gedrick.
What's he doing now? So
Yeah, exactly. You
Yeah.
know what? I got something better. A Top Gun Iron Eagle crossover.
I mean,
that'd be interesting.
Because think about it.
so
Top Gun is Navy. Iron Eagle is Air Force. People don't realize that. When people think of Air Force, they think of Top Gun. No, Iron Eagle. Iron Eagle is Air Force. They keep getting Top Gun mixed up with that.
So
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
what studio put out Iron Eagle again?
It was Fox, I remember.
I thought Iron Eagle was actually
It
Columbia.
was I remember CBS
Look it
Fox. Yeah.
I thought
Okay,
Iron
so
Eagle was
that
actually
is-
TriStar Fox,
so-
or not
so-
TriStar, but TriStar.
Okay, so Disney is crazy enough to
Yeah,
actually
TriStar
probably
Pictures.
TriStar. Okay, that's what I thought.
okay TriStar.
At least the
did they,
first two.
and did they do all the sequels?
I mean, look.
I think someone else did the third.
I remember for the third movie they called it Aces.
This is Iron Eagle 3, yeah. And then the fourth one was actually distributed by Trimark Pictures, I think.
You know what's funny about that fourth film? If it was like a reboot, because in the second movie, Jason Gedrick's character gets killed.
Yeah,
But in the fourth one, they bring his character back, like a reboot, he didn't get killed.
Just too bad they couldn't get the original actor back.
They should do a reboot, ignoring the sequels, and do a crossover with Top Gun.
Better yet, if anything, if you're going to do a crossover
my
with Top
thing-
Gun, they should have done Jag, if anyone remembers that show. Jag.
I remember
Jag.
Jag. I remember Jag. Yeah,
Um,
Catherine Bell was her. She was gorgeous. Yeah.
Again, my thing is
Mackenzie,
that
she was.
my thing is
she
can
was-
that happen? Can that happen? Because with like there'd be probably like a rights issue. Like basically, whoever did the last. That's what we have to go by. Whoever did distributed the last Iron Eagle movie. So who did that, John?
Probably Trimark Pictures, I'd say. Sorry if I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good. I mean, I've only seen like the first movie is done by TriStar Pictures.
So that would be
this-
Sony.
Yeah,
That'll be a
second
good
one-
comeback, not just for Jason Gedrick, but for Louis Gossett Jr. What's he? I mean, he's doing all these independent movies. I mean, he's still working, but that'll be a good comeback for him. You know, all these nostalgic reboots and sequels. That'll be great. You know, you had Ghostbusters, you had the Cobra Kai. Now you got Top Gun. Iron Eagle will be great on that list.
So, and if it is Trimark Pictures, I don't. I mean, the question is also, are they still around? Then.
Iron Eagle 3 was done by Carrico.
Oh, really?
Okay,
Yeah.
so who what studio? What's Carrico went out of business? So what studio bought them?
Yeah, the fourth one was done by Trimark.
So then, who is Trimark still around?
Probably not.
No.
Okay, so does it say anything like who bought them or anything?
It doesn't say. Trimark.
So Carrico, okay, as far as I know, they're back. Actually, somebody bought the rights. So basically, in that case, if we can't find who owns the rights right now to Iron Eagle, which that's a rabbit hole on the internet to find, don't bother Googling it. If nobody owns the rights to Iron Eagle that we can find right now, then that would mean that Iron Eagle, TriStar owns it.
I just Googled it. I literally just Googled it, like you said.
Okay. Well, sometimes Google's fishy about rights stuff. Okay, so TriStar owns it. So that aren't TriStar?
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Mm-hmm. I hear you.
Hey, Grand Theft Ruben.
Hey.
Hello.
So is
okay.
So is TriStar? Okay, so I think it's just Columbia and Sony now, right? I don't think or is TriStar at separate?
Is Sony now?
Columbia, Sony bought Columbia. I don't know if they bought TriStar though.
I don't know.
Because that would Klaus Kinski, great actor, great actor, but a very interesting human being.
Now, who's he again?
Is he related to Nostalgia Kinski? Is that like her father or something?
Yeah, that's her father.
Uh-oh. What are they coming
Somebody's
for?
busted.
Somebody's busted.
I can't blame the guy because he had a lot of like mental issues. He was a German actor who was born around the time of Nazi Germany and all this stuff. I believe he was even, corrupted by the Nazis. He was a Hitler youth. He was one of the Hitler youths. I do believe it really messed up his mind. He was schizophrenic and bipolar, which not a good mixture at all.
Mm-hmm.
So he had a lot of mental issues. Like he worked a lot with Werner Herzog. Like he would sit there and have outbursts on set, like screaming outbursts because he was going through stuff. Because he always refused to take his medication.
Wow.
So great actor, but a man who really needed a lot of help. I know his daughters claimed disturbing stuff about their father, which I wasn't there, so I can't say if it was true. But it just like great actor, but a very disturbed human being.
What if Michael Bay rebooted Attack of the Killer Tomatoes? Oh, God.
I don't want to see that. No fucking way.
Okay, to be fair, I mean,
a lot of exploding tomatoes, and
as long as it's nothing like hey, I like the movies. I know a lot. I know you guys don't, but
no, I love Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. I love. I remember the cartoon. You remember the cartoon?
I was going to say Transformers. If it's
I thought you were saying Killer Tomatoes.
I like the Transformers movies.
I like the first one he did. I'll give him credit for that.
The first one was okay.
I have more of a special thing with the Transformers movies. I saw the first three with my aunt, who that was like my favorite aunt. She was very special to me and all this stuff. So I have more of a sentimental value with the first three Transformers movies. So I do like it, but if it's not like that, Mike, if it's not like that, I would be all for Michael Bay, like as long as he does like Bad Boys level of Attack the Killer Tomatoes.
You know what? You would have Megan Fox. I told me and John talked about this. When Tony Scott died, if there was one person that can direct a Top Gun sequel and redeem himself, it would have been Michael Bay, because he has that Tony Scott style.
Yeah,
a little bit. Yeah,
or John Woo.
I don't know if John Woo, a Top Gun movie. I don't know.
I think it'd be awesome.
But what would that look like, though, Michael Bay, if he did a Killer Tomatoes movie?
That's why I'm like, you know what? If it's not
a lot of explosions,
a lot of tomato juice in your face.
You know what?
Megan Fox's tomato juice.
Maybe they can do some fried green tomatoes as well.
Here's my thing again. If it's like more like Bad Boys or Armageddon level Michael Bay, not Transformers Michael Bay, I would be for it, because I mean, come on. I mean, first of all, it'd be kind of funny to see Michael Bay actually direct kind of an action comedy,
Yeah,
he did Pain and Gain. He did Pain and Gain. I didn't see that one.
Yeah,
same here.
I think he can. I think he can be good for. He directed Bad Boys, so why not? So why not Beverly Hills Cop?
I've heard some good things about the new one that's out right now, Ambulance.
He I know that Eddie Murphy actually was really considering for Beverly Hills Cop 4.
But now they're still doing it.
Considered Michael Bay to direct Beverly Hills Cop 4.
They're doing it with the guys who made Bad Boys for Life, last I heard. And
why not? Because I heard those guys, they're loyal to the franchise, and they did a good job with Bad Boys 3. So Cobra, like the three guys with Cobra Kai. So you kind of gave me more faith in Part 4.
Well, actually, speaking of that, I think those directors dropped out.
Oh God!
And there's actually
directors.
Who did they replace it with?
It just came out today in the news. Mark Malloy to direct the next installment for Beverly Hills Cop 4.
What did he do?
I'm about to look it up right now.
Mark Malloy. Oh, and by the way, I know Eddie Murphy wants to do the Son of Axel Foley and all this stuff.
Oh, please, enough with the New Blood storyline. We already had that with Coming to America 2. Leave the Axel Foley with love. Enough, please.
Here's who should play the son. You get the one actor. He was on Victorious. His name is Leon Thomas.
I know who you're talking about. The guy with the kid with the dreadlocks. I don't know.
I think he could do it, or you get Mason Pryor, the son of Richard Pryor.
Maybe, but come on, maybe. But the whole young blood thing, the new guy, just let the OGs show what they got again.
I'm all for
Mark Malloy. This will be his first feature film.
So what? Has he written?
He's only directed a what?
Has he? Okay, so he's only done shorts, basically, or
some commercial spots for Apple.
Oh, yeah, Michael Bay. He started out as directing music videos.
I mean, hey, you know what? I'm willing to give the guy a shot. Oh, by the way, I still would love it though if Disney announced tomorrow that they're doing a sequel to Ford Fairlane.
I'll be up for it because Andrew Dice Clay, he hasn't done. He was in that Pam and Tommy miniseries, which I like, but he definitely needs a bigger comeback for sure. Yeah.
Well,
today's society, they would lose their minds would explode.
I have here. I have permission from the guy who wrote the books because I found his. Let's just say from scouring the internet a little bit, I happened to find the guy's phone number who wrote the books, and I called the number and I started talking to him and all this stuff. He was so surprised that I was such a huge fan and that Ford Fairlane is in my top 50 favorite movies. That he gave me permission. He gave me permission to write a sequel to his books.
He asked you.
He gave me permission because I just told him how much of a fan I was and all this stuff, and he was so shocked.
Oh man,
that's cool.
So, but I never could come up with a good story because I did kind of maybe think about making it a buddy movie, but then I'm thinking okay, who do you team Andrew Dice Clay up with? Because it helps me as a writer if I picture another actor in said.
Why not Joe Piscopo or Chris Rock, like we mentioned earlier?
I was thinking that.
I was thinking Chris Rock, or who I was thinking of was Stone Cold.
Oh,
that'd be cool.
Why not? Because I love that match. You guys see that match on WrestleMania? He still got it, man.
Yeah, he still got it.
That goes to show you, old guys can still kick ass.
Because here was my thing. Okay, Andrew Dice Clay is kind of his own straight man and his own crazy guy. So you need somebody who could really just be a straight man.
The opposite macho guy, like the classic buddy cop thing. Yeah.
And so Chris Rock, I think he would be good, but I think it would be too. There's just something about it that wouldn't work for me.
Steve Martin.
Maybe get the Rock.
But I did say because Morris Day has not acted in a while.
I would love to see Morris Day in something again. Get Morris Day. What's he doing now?
Well, because Morris Day has not acted in a while, I wasn't sure if he would come off well on screen. Because he might come off as awkward. I said get Chris Rock as I was going to say get Chris Rock as Morris Day's character in Ford Fairlane. Just replace, because Chris Rock is, Chris Rock is hot right now. He's going to be getting a lot more roles right now.
Yeah, he's selling out his shows.
I mean, how did Spiral do box office wise? Did you even do that good?
I don't think so. I think it just came and went.
Yeah, I'm betting that's going to get some praise now and some rewatch value.
Yeah.
Oh no, I mean Chris Rock is. Listen, I mean his next stand-up special. Wait until it happens. It is going to be probably. I would just love it if Chris Rock broke Kevin Hart's record of the top selling, comedy album of all time right now.
Well,
does anyone even like Kevin Hart, honestly?
Not really.
I don't.
But I know we talked about this, but real quick, Uriel wants to know what do we think about the slap and his Oscar ban?
I agree with the Academy. I do think 10 years is a little much, but I was going to say 6 years because
I would say 3 to 5 years.
I was going to say 6 years just because state of California, it's a 6 months prison sentence if you assault somebody in California. So
I'm not surprised that he wasn't arrested because when you're in Hollywood, you can get away with a lot of shit. So it didn't surprise me that he got arrested. That he didn't.
Yeah, the police actually spoke to Chris Rock after he went backstage, saying that you want to arrest him. He's like, "No, don't worry about it." He kind of doesn't want the hassle.
That's fucking Hollywood, man. Because like I said, they get away with that shit.
I mean, the thing is, stars back in the day, in even the golden era, they got, they did stuff, and usually the big topics that people talk about, the big scandals of the golden era, when you actually do your research on it, usually what ended up happening was it was drunk people, and somebody brought out a gun, and drunk people and weapons do not mix, and good example, Ted Healy. You guys know who he was?
Yeah, I think he managed the Three Stooges, right?
Yep.
Yeah, he was because the Three Stooges started out as a it was Ted Healy and then it was Ted Healy and his Stooges. So the Three Stooges would be all wacky and crazy, and he would be the straight man, sort of like he was Mo before before Mo took over. Ted Healy was celebrating the birth of his son and was being kind of a nuisance a little bit, a drunk nuisance. Pissed off some people at the bar the guy happened to be a mobster. Wallace Berry, a very famous actor back in the day, was even there. Probably his most famous role is he was Long John Silver in the 1930s version of Treasure Island.
Okay.
And even Cubby Broccoli was there, the future producer of the James Bond movies. Now, the mob guy, from the evidence that you actually see, he beat him up. Like, the guy was actually beaten to death.
Oh, wow.
And because he pissed off, he said Cubby Broccoli said later on that basically he insulted the mobster. And that's what ended up happening to him. But Ted Healy was beaten to death.
I've heard that before. I've heard like a couple of different things, like either he was beaten to death or he had a heart attack.
From what I've heard, it was basically like the mobster gave him a haymaker, sort of like what Dolph Lundgren did to Stallone. Remember, he moved his heart.
Yeah.
So basically, it was a heart attack, but Stallone was smart enough to go to the hospital. Ted Healy, I'm not, I understand it, but like he kind of, I'm trying not to be an asshole, but he did it kind of to himself because he chose to lay down instead of going to the hospital, and that's what ended up killing him because he basically did have a heart attack because the guy punched him right in his heart and his heart moved. And so basically, we'll never end up knowing because it would be kind of up to the family if they actually want to do an autopsy. But even then, he's probably bones, so it wouldn't do much good anyway. So,
yeah.
But yeah, the thing is, Hollywood that's usually what it usually ends up with. If you actually do your research on all the corruption in Hollywood, all the big scandals and murders that people talk about, it's usually drunk people with guns.
And it got worse when you added cocaine and drugs to the mix.
Yeah.
Yeah, which.
Yeah, Wildman is a question for you about.
And name sounds familiar. Who remind me who that is?
Director of the Ten Commandments.
Oh, yeah, of course, yeah.
That guy is one of my favorite directors. I mean, that guy, there would be no Hollywood without Cecil B. DeMille. He is one of my biggest inspirations. I want to make movies like that. You know,
Everybody wants to make movies like that nowadays. Because look at the way Hollywood is now.
Exactly.
Except those directors now don't have the talent that Cecil B. DeMille had, because Cecil B. DeMille knew how to put an image on the screen, and he also a lot of those silent directors gave the greatest advice I ever heard. You know, when wanting to be a director, never forget that movies were once silent. You do not need sound to tell your story.
That's true. That's
Good
true.
point.
And so my thing is Cecil B. DeMille really just needs to, you know, like the last director who I think really had it and hasn't really done much afterwards was Peter Jackson. So
yeah, Peter Jackson was close. And going to this question, I don't give a fuck about the Kung Fu reboot. There's only one Kung Fu. You can't do it without David Carradine. I'm sorry. Fuck.
I did not even know there was a new Kung Fu reboot until recently.
I remember hearing about it, but
hey, at least I'll say this. At least at least the chick is good looking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't mind that it's a female, but they probably did it because that woke shit. I don't mind that she's female, but they probably did that because the whole woke bullshit.
Here's a question for Bob Zilla.
Oh, I heard of that.
Bobby Brown, he's a very complex character to me. I remember watching the Bobby Brown story on BET. This was like a sequel to the New Edition story, and it made me see him in a new light because people saw him as a villain. But if you look at it, he really wasn't, because him and Whitney Houston, they were both fucked up. If you watch those movies. Yeah,
it seems like kind of both of them were kind of.
They were both stubborn and fucked up because Whitney. A lot of people say it was Bobby that introduced her to drugs. Whitney was doing that way before him.
Whitney was doing drugs in the 80s. I mean,
yeah,
right.
I mean, there's this one interview. There's this one interview that this guy did in the 80s, and first of all, the guy is just so out of his mind drunk. I think he was French or something. You could tell Whitney was high. This is like when high too, but the guy sits there. Basically says on live TV, and he says it throughout the whole interview. He acts like he can't speak English, only French, and then in full English he says to Whitney, "I want to fuck you."
I didn't see that.
And then Whitney just has this like look on her face, and like, but throughout the whole interview, you could even tell that Whitney was high too. I mean, this is 86, so.
Yeah, and she met Bobby Brown way before that.
Right. I mean, Bobby Brown was only 17, so when that happened. So,
what if they made a Three Stooges ride?
I will go. I will definitely ride it in a heartbeat, no doubt, no doubt. I love the Stooges.
What would you do in the ride?
Yeah,
it would be like a 4D experience where you can
some hand will come and slap. Try to slap you, and would have the sound effects or something like that.
We have to dodge the slaps or something.
Face with the pie.
Maybe like a Three Stooges like tribute show, because Curly G, the grandson of Curly, is he can't. There's a rights issue that he can't legally use the Three Stooges name. But he's continuing the act right now.
Okay. I think I've seen his channel on YouTube.
Yeah, Curly G. He can't. I know he's trying to pursue it to get the rights to the name of the Three Stooges, but because it's in the rights of it's in the estate of the guy who Mo said who can replace the act. Emil Sitka is the guy's name.
Yeah.
The guy who replaced Larry. Because it's in the estate of his name, so I know he's trying to pursue it to get the rights, but because he wants to continue the act, so just get Curly G to do a little tribute show. But a Three Stooges ride, like I don't
You
know.
have to sign. You have to sign a waiver to get on before you get on.
They'll make the act even much more bigger if he does some negotiation to do a ride.
Yeah, well, I would say maybe I don't know, like what could be funny is like like the I don't know, like the Three Stooges. You have to because the Three Stooges usually they did. What I love about the Three Stooges is not so much like how they hit each other and all this stuff. That's just adds to the comedy. But what made the Three Stooges funny to me was that they were just everyday workers and they screwed up big time.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. You can tell that Ghostbusters was inspired by them.
Mm-hmm. So my thing is like, what could be funny is like you have maybe the story of the ride is like you could be somebody who like you're just experiencing all the stuff that the Three Stooges did on this one job.
They led the way for slapstick. They led the way for that physical comedy. We wouldn't have it if it wasn't for them. They led the way for that physical slapstick comedy.
Well, that's one of the reasons for me, like why I love Jackass so much. Not that I'm comparing them, but we would not have Jackass without the Three Stooges.
Yeah, you could say.
You guys remember the Fat Boys?
Yeah.
The rap group. Do you remember they did that movie Disorderlies? They were trying to make like a black version of the Three Stooges. They were trying to make them because they had the actual sound effects from the Three Stooges serials, and they put it in that movie Disorderlies with the Fat Boys.
Huh.
Never seen that.
Never heard of it.
The Fat Boys, they were huge, man. They are so iconic. I mean, I see the way hip hop is. It's so huge. It's like the new rock and roll. No one mentions the Fat Boys anymore. They're forgotten. They were icons back then.
I think that the Three Stooges though. I mean, it's not talked about a whole lot, but those guys, how many bones those guys actually broke for our entertainment.
Oh man, it's like wrestling. You know.
I mean.
Oh boy, Jada Pink.
You know that woman is she's a bitch. She's a
foul, toxic human
she's a
being.
manipulator. She's a fucking manipulator. She's a fake.
Yeah.
She's much of a fake to Angelina Jolie and Amber Heard. Fuck her too.
Hey, wow, man, you mean Amber Turd, right? Amber
can stooge each other in prison in each other's cum holes.
Yes.
Who's worse, Wild Man, Amber Heard or Jada Pinkett Smith?
They're both equal. They're equal. They're both equal.
Well,
equal to me.
They're both toxic and vile, and they shouldn't be on this planet.
Hey, remember Pirates of the Caribbean?
Yeah.
Jada Pinkett Smith is the person that they were talking about when they said that and the devil himself spat her back out.
Really?
No.
Would you rather start a movie or direct a movie?
It would be both. Both with me.
Direct.
Because I'm planning on doing that. I'm going to tell you the best pioneer to do all that, jack of all trades, in my opinion, is Sylvester Stallone. He has done it. He's done acting, writing, directing, producing. I would have said Clint Eastwood, but he just do directing and acting. Stallone has done it all.
Mm-hmm.
He's working on a TV show right now.
I'm sorry?
Yeah, Stallone's working on a TV show. I saw
I heard about that. It's kind of like The Sopranos, Sopranos type. That'll be good for him because something different. Him going back to his acting roots. That'll be cool for him.
And it's in mind that it's not. I don't know if it's filming, but it's gonna be about my neck of the woods. It's about the Kansas City mob.
Yeah, the Tulsa King. Yeah.
Yeah, they're good for him. I think that'll be good, different direction in his career for him to go back to his serious acting roots for a while. Yeah, why not?
And you know what? I think Stallone should direct a few episodes of the TV show.
I see it I see that happening.
Because I think Stallone should take a career path like Clint Eastwood.
A lot of people say that. I agree. I totally agree. I see that.
And just direct more. I mean,
really? For Wild Man, did you know that, Wild Man?
Are you fucking? I know. I'm not surprised because it totally represents his lifestyle for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not shocking,
DJ had another question for you, Wild Man, about the Arnold prank calls.
I know. I
Oh, yeah.
I remember hearing about the Arnold prank calls. Yeah,
I've
I know
listened,
about
Hey DJ, I've listened to them. They're pretty fucking hilarious.
Yeah, I saw.
Yeah.
They're funny. They're funny. How about what? How about Arnold directing movies? I remember he directed a few things. He did the Tales from the Crypt episode. He did Christmas in Connecticut. I can see Arnold maybe directing more, just like Sly maybe.
Yeah.
I know. Jean-Claude Van Damme is. He's finally finishing one movie he's been working on for 13 years. He even filmed some stuff 13 years ago, and he's directing now. That's
that'll be a good way. I know the Quest wasn't that good, but I can see him redeeming himself to do. I can see. I've been watching his son Chris Van Damme. That guy, he can be a bigger star just like his father. I mean, he's got that look. I can see that. And his daughter too.
My thing was, I think, like Chris Van Damme, he should, like, he says he doesn't obviously want to do stuff his father did, but like, I could see him, I was writing John Carter, a remake of.
I see where you're going with this. I can see that with him, like Brandon Lee, because Brandon Lee, he didn't want to go through that same show as his father. I think Chris is kind of has the same mindset.
Well, yeah. So my thing was, I wanted to. I was writing a remake of A Princess of Mars, and I actually thought of Chris Van Damme to play John Carter.
Way better than Emil Hirsch for sure.
And then casting Sistine Stallone as Deja Thoris.
Really?
Yeah, because I mean, hey, I would love to see. She's gorgeous. I would love to see her in that metal, that metal bikini. So,
better watch what you say. Sly's gonna rip your heart out.
Yeah. Stallone. I think Stallone. He even admitted that he admitted. Did you guys hear? Well, speaking of that, did you hear what he said recently about his daughters?
No, what did he say?
He said his daughters are better looking than him, and he obviously meant that as a father, not being a creepy dad or anything. But he said, I wish they weren't so tall. They make me feel short. Because I mean, Sistine Stallone is like 5'10".
Oh wow!
And I've seen her. I've seen her in her acting stuff. She did the 47 meters down, which, okay, that movie is what it is. It's girls in bikinis getting attacked by sharks. It's not meant to be like an Oscar caliber movie.
I've seen it. It's okay. It's decent. Yeah.
And then she did a movie with Bruce Willis and Megan Fox, and she
was
good.
in that.
Yeah.
What is it called again?
Midnight at the Switchgrass or something like that. She was in that movie, and she does good. And Megan Fox, I actually wanted to. She heard how Bruce Willis, with his dementia, which is okay. I know it's not dementia.
Aphasia, something.
Aphasia.
It's a form of dementia and Alzheimer's. Okay, so in layman's term, this might make you guys might respect Megan Fox a little more. She knew how Bruce Willis was not doing well. She kind of volunteered to take care of him because, I mean, Bruce Willis even had nurses on set, and she kind of
that's what I've heard.
She even took care of Bruce Willis too. Like she helped out the nurses take care of Bruce Willis because, so like I'm a fan of Megan Fox, so I mean, she was like one of my first, celebrity crushes. So
I remember there was like this rivalry between her and Amber Heard, but Megan Fox, she seems to have her head on straight more than Amber Heard ever did.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
I wish she would have better taste in. Even though I do like them, it's just a very weird combo. I wish she would have better taste in
men.
Men.
Yeah.
I mean, because
Ryan Austin Green, he was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think she should stick with him.
I like Machine Gun Kelly. I like Machine Gun Kelly a little bit, like his. I like his more rock stuff, not more
his rap stuff. Yeah, he
But,
did a good job playing Tommy Lee, but I gotta go with Sebastian Stain in the Pam and Tommy.
I still like Machine Gun Kelly better as Tommy Lee for me.
That's European, but Sebastian Stan, he nailed it. He fucking nailed it.
I still haven't seen that show.
You're gonna love it. And the girl who played Pamela Anderson, she should win an Emmy. It was like, is that did they get Pamela Anderson to do this? Because she looked the way the prosthetic, she looked amazing.
Yeah. I want to say something. You guys ever watched the John Campea show or not really?
No, I remember watching. Yeah, on YouTube. I know who he is. Yeah, he's cool sometimes.
He said, but he was talking about the Pamela Anderson TV show. He said
somebody's busted again.
Somebody's house is on fire or something.
He said he
Bobby, is that you?
No, that's not me. That's not me.
It's on my side.
It was so funny because he was trying to be so PC. He sits there and said, "Oh, I saw, there was a time when young John, ooh, boobies, and I watched the Pamela Anderson sex tape, and I'm like, oh, come on, every guy has watched that at some point. If you admit that you have not seen it, I'm not going to believe you because it's like, yeah, oh yeah, I mean, I've seen it." So
everybody's seen it. Everybody, it's nothing to be ashamed of. Despite that, it was the violation of privacy. Everybody's seen it. Everybody's seen it.
I'm a fan of all of those. Uriel.
I mean, it's one of the things is that was stolen. So, but like, it's not like the Paris Hilton sex tape where that guy uploaded it himself because he's in the video, doing all the commentary. So that one seems more senseless to me because he did that. When she was 19 years old, and he just did it for money because Paris Hilton was doing The Simple Life at the time. That's the one that seems more just like distant, like just heartless to me because like that was a private moment, and all that stuff. But you uploaded it yourself on the internet, dude, and he claimed it was stolen. But then no, when Paris Hilton even sued him. They found out that they tracked his computer. Yeah, and he uploaded it himself.
Yeah.
The guy sounds like a real scumbag.
Yeah.
Yeah, which you got to have sex with a 19-year-old Paris Hilton.
Jesus.
And you upload a sex tape to the internet. You're the asshole. So
you remember that sex tape with China with X-Pac in China? You remember that one?
I've heard of that.
Yeah. What about I think she's cute. But it kind of made me disrespect her a lot more. Paige.
Oh yeah, Paige. Yeah.
She, who didn't she? I'm surprised. I'm meaning this not meaning this to be like insensitive or anything, but with as many people as you had sex with in that sex tape, I'm surprised you don't have AIDS or something already. I mean,
I never heard of Unit 7. It sounds familiar. What is that?
I've never heard of it.
Sounds familiar. Yeah.
I don't know. That guy. Honestly, that guy needs to get some. He needs to stay away from Jada Pinkett. Yeah. If he get a divorce, go get your head straight, and maybe you can make a comeback like every Friday in Hollywood
for her.
Wild man.
Yeah.
What if I told you that he did file, but Jada refuses to sign, and in the state of California, there's 30 days where Jada had to sign, and she still refuses to sign. So legally, in the state of California, they are divorced, but they are only married pretty much on paper. They live in separate houses and all this stuff. They're only married for their image, but now the image is broken. Everybody knows it, Look up Vlad TV at some point. And I love that. I love that channel. That guy interviews everybody. He interviewed Michael Jai White. I love that. Well, have you seen all the stuff he kind of slowly hints at Will Smith?
I didn't see that. I didn't see those.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he interviewed D.L. Hughley, Lunel, and all these other people.
He interviewed Bill Duke.
Yeah. Well, all these guys talk about stuff about Will Smith. And here's the thing: is Will Smith, he doesn't really talk about it because he's like worried about like the Smiths suing him. And I'm like, and because there's stuff that's slowly hinted at that if you put kind of Sherlock Holmes a little bit, you can kind of figure stuff out. If you know what I mean,
right?
And
yeah. I see
so here's my thing: if Will Smith happens to see this, go ahead, Will Smith, sue us. You can't sue us for.
He'll slap us. He won't sue us.
He's going to sue everybody. Everybody's talking about this now, so he's going to sue everybody. You can't sue everybody, Will. Everybody, it's out now. No.
Here's the thing, Will. You can't sue us for telling the truth.
Yeah.
Because guess what? The truth will set you free.
Absolutely. Get the fuck away and stay away. Go get your head straight somewhere.
Here's my thing. Okay, you want to, and because, Clark Gable.
Mm-hmm.
He had a not necessarily something similar, but he knew that his wife at the time, when he did Gone with the Wind, would basically take a lot of his money. So he agreed to do Gone with the Wind with the understanding that, hey, he, with his big pay increase, that he will basically pay his wife off where she won't have to do alimony and all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Because Jada, you have to keep in mind you kind of have to get in the mindset of Jada, what she would do, which I know is scary. Okay, so Will Smith is worth $350 million. Guess how much Jada's worth?
How much?
Half that, maybe less.
A lot less. Jada is worth $50 million.
That's what I was going to guess it for.
So the thing is, basically what I'm saying is, with the divorce, Jada, if they got a divorce, we would basically see.
I hope he is, Kamen Rider. I hope he is.
I'm just going to say this. Will Smith needs to get his fucking man card back.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Get your fucking head out of your ass, Will, please.
Will,
if he's watching right now, what would you say?
Will?
That bitch has made you a bitch for too long.
Yes.
Free yourself.
She's made you a fucking simp.
Will, here's my thing. I will say this to you.
So I would say to this: cut that toxic. Well, let's just say this: cut that toxic bitch out of your life.
Do you? I would say.
How about this? Get that toxic out of your cum hole.
Get the simp ideas out of there too while you're at it.
Yeah,
I would say this.
And go back to rehash.
Your own way.
Get jiggy with that.
I would say this to Will. I would say this to Will Smith. There are plenty of lawyers in Kansas City that are very corrupt and good lawyers. Like they're on the level of Perry Mason.
I love Perry Mason.
So here's my thing. I'll even sit there and say there's this one guy who, I've never used him personally, but if I ever used him, he has a good commercial. He sits there, he says his line is "Call Mike for anything. I got this." So call that guy and divorce Jada and say to Jada that to prove why in a divorce you have to prove why she does not deserve any alimony, because the woman always gets women in a divorce usually always get full custody or alimony or stuff like that. Prove why Jada does not deserve a dime, or anything,
or a fucking penny,
or even to clean Will Smith's toilets. Prove why she does not need to do that, because
she should do his dishes and shine his shoes, or shine the shoebox while she's at it too.
Either that, or here's what Will Smith should do: sit there, grab Jada's head like Michael Corleone and Fredo, kiss her, and says, "I know it was you, Jada. You broke my heart."
Yes,
and then I know. Hey, I know they still do it. Hire a Hollywood fixer.
like Ray Donovan or something like that.
Yeah. Wait, hey, no, Hollywood still uses fixers, because back in the day they would use fixers to, take care of some stuff,
Yeah. Has anybody seen Morbius?
I don't fucking give a cock fuck. No, I don't care. And Jared Leto, he's a fucking weirdo. I can't stand Jared Leto. He's a fucking weirdo. I can't fucking stand him.
That's the only good thing that Will Smith ever did. He punched. He did punch Jared Leto.
Really?
For
Didn't
what?
know that.
Who did?
On Suicide Squad?
Yes, because Jared Leto was.
I'll give him credit for that. I'll give him credit for that punch.
Jared Leto was like doing really weird stuff, like Margot Robbie. One of the reasons why he has not returned as a Joker with Margot Robbie, he can't work with Margot Robbie because Margot Robbie has a court-ordered restraining order against him.
And it's funny, she worked with Will Smith on what was that movie?
Focus.
Well, I even heard a rumor that they were seeing each other. They were actually seeing each other.
Yes, because that's when him and Jada were separated.
She's a better woman for him than that bitch.
Yeah, exactly.
I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, and
American Psycho makes sense. Yeah.
And so, as I was saying, though, he was during the set of Suicide Squad. He was giving Margot Robbie got a restraining order against him. He sent. Remember, he's a method actor. And so he sent Margot Robbie a used condom.
What?
And didn't he sent the cast like dead pigs or dead rats?
Yeah, that guy is a fucking freak,
and so
man.
Will
he needs to be locked up. He needs to be locked up, man. I can't stand him.
Which, hey, I'm sorry if I have an actor and I find out that he is sending the other actors used condoms and all these weird gifts, I'm going to be telling the studio that this guy's weird. I don't feel comfortable working with him. I'm going to fire him.
Yeah.
Do the same chant they did with Hillary Clinton. Lock him up. Lock him up.
And yes, here's my thing though. Margot Robbie, Will Smith lost his chance because Margot Robbie's married now. They were dating because this is when him and Jada were separated. They separated in 2016.
Oh, they did. Okay.
She
definitely would have put his head on straight for sure. She would have been a better perfect woman for him.
But here's my thing. Here's my thing, Will. You have a second chance, maybe.
You have a chance to turn around. I'd say that
Margot Robbie's
very small by the second.
Margot Robbie's clone, Samara Weaving, she is single.
You know what? Seeing how a lot of people are getting divorced now in Hollywood, I wouldn't be surprised if Margot Robbie gets divorced and she goes back with Will Smith. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
Well,
the whole marriage these days makes me not want
marriage is kind of overrated now.
Yeah.
I still,
because any way you slice it, someone's gonna get fucked, and it won't be the woman. Well, yeah,
right.
It's one of the reasons why.
For you.
One of the reasons why, like, I'm kind of scared. It's one of the reasons why, like, I'm actually kind of just scared of marriage.
Yeah.
Because if I have kids,
and especially when you hear this,
hey, right on target.
Hey, Quinn, what's up?
It's one of the reasons why, for me, I'm not exactly like looking forward to getting married or anything. Because like I grew up in a house of divorce, and many family members who got a divorce, kind of like
right.
Yeah.
I don't blame you. Because the way things are now, who fucking wants to get married?
And plus, with the way that schools are now, I don't even know, because just like, oof.
I'm sure you heard about Disney's, secret agenda and all that.
Yeah. They're done. Well. They're fucking done. They're done.
Let's talk about the Will Smith thing, Quinn.
Disney's done.
Well, Disney's losing stock, all this stuff. They're losing a lot of money. Like their last few Marvel stuff, like the last few Marvel shows, the ratings were down. All this stuff. I mean,
no wonder Marvel is so fucked up right now because they teamed up. Look what Disney did to them. That's the reason why Marvel's so fucked up. There's no surprise because of fucking Disney.
Well, and even even Spider-Man, they fixed the box office to the point where it was like they might as well just, Tom Brady might as well just kick the Superman field goal.
Yeah.
Because you guys heard about that, right? That the movie, okay, in its first opening weekend, okay, what the movie costs, Spider-Man No Way Home, I'm doing this from memory, cost like $200 million, something like that. And it within a week, it made 4 times its budget. That's impossible. That means that every showing around the world was packed.
Mm-hmm. And you know what, that movie deserved it because it really gave the magic back to Spider-Man, Spider-Man movies in the film.
I haven't seen it yet, but I do think every movie deserves to be every movie that does deserve to be a hit. Yeah,
because before that, it was all about Into the Spider-Verse. No Way Home, it stole this thunder for sure.
I would say this though. Yeah, maybe it did deserve to be a hit, but it didn't deserve for Disney and Sony to fix the box office.
GTR, I haven't seen Rumble in the Bronx in years, but I enjoyed that movie. I enjoyed it. That was the movie that got Jackie Chan his big break in America because he was struggling to get into America, but when Rumble in the Bronx came out, he was up there.
I like Rumble.
Yeah, it's a classic.
I haven't seen that in years.
That Jared Leto hit a fan with a microphone.
Yeah.
Oh, shit on him.
Did that really happen?
Lock him up, please. I'm getting sick of it. I mean, fuck that guy.
Here's the thing. Like, I always thought that he was not that great of an actor, or not even a good singer for that matter, too. So,
you remember that movie he did that Jerry Bruckheimer produced? He played that track star who died, Prefontaine. You remember that? It was back in 1996. His last name was Prefontaine.
Yeah.
I don't think Jared Leto's a terrible actor, but he's just a person I'm just very indifferent about.
He's a good actor. Yeah, I'll give him credit for the Dallas Buyers Club and other stuff. He was in the first Urban Legend movie. I liked him in that. But yeah, he's such a fucking weirdo, man.
Yeah. Hey, a better Prefontaine movie is one that they did
Off the Limits. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yes, Without Limits.
Without Limits, yeah.
Yes. That's
By the way, anybody out there that wants to come in, let me know. I can accommodate more people.
I was going to say he was also in, believe it or not, the movie Switchback with Dennis Quaid and Danny Glover.
I didn't know that. I remember that movie. I didn't know he was in that. Yeah, of course he was. He started out with Claire Danes in that show, My So-Called Life.
My So-Called Life.
Yeah.
Oh, Quinn says he's in a ton of great stuff as much as he is cringe and unbased in real life.
Right.
What's the guy's thoughts on Nick Ocado, that one YouTuber guy?
I don't even know who that is.
Nick Ocado is an annoying guy that was on that BBC Reacts, more annoying than Joey's World Tour.
I have no I don't even know who that is.
No, me neither. But yeah, as far as like Morbius goes, like I saw the trailers and I thought this movie looks stupid.
Yeah. It's a Blade tryhard.
Yeah, right. That should have been a Blade movie. That should have been a Blade movie. Get Wesley Snipes back.
Yeah, because I like the actor who's the new Blade, but like he doesn't work as Blade.
They fucked Wesley Snipes over. They should bring him back, or even better, give Michael Jai White as Blade. Get him back as Spawn.
Yeah. And then there's already something woke in it.
No fucking question. No fucking surprise.
Because Whistler in the comics was a white guy. They casted another black guy to play Whistler. And I like the actor, but again, it's like, no.
So funny that everybody I follow on Twitter is sarcastically praising Morbius, but yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly, Ruben.
There's another movie that came out that's getting mixed reviews. I just saw it on Netflix. Have you seen this movie? That new Judd Apatow movie, The Bubble?
I think I saw a preview for it, but I didn't really care much about.
I watched it. It's not perfect, but it's kind of a guilty pleasure fun time waster. It had moments. They're trying to. You can tell they're trying to do their best. But David Duchovny, it was okay. It's a guilty pleasure of a time, which it kind of, you can tell they're trying to do like a version of Caddyshack, because they're all stuck in this one area and they're losing their minds and they're going up at odds. They're stuck in this area going crazy. This crazy stuff happens. They were trying. It's like a poor man version of Caddyshack, but it was kind of a guilty pleasure, fun time waste. So I'll give it that. I understand what they were trying to do, what story they were trying to tell, but it would have been better. But it's a guilty pleasure time waste. I'll give it that.
Let's see here. I heard a rumor that Jada Pinkett Smith, aka the female Lex Luthor, hates Margot Robbie.
You know what? She should be the female Lex Luthor, so Superman can punch her head off.
She already is, though.
Yeah, in real life.
Yeah. By the way, guess what, Jada? There's this great new invention that I think you should buy with your condition. It's called a wig.
Just like Gene Hackman.
Because guess what? You have how you again. I already Googled this. Your net worth. Now keep in mind net worth is all the tax stuff with net worth, but your net worth is $50 million. I think with however much taxes takes out, you can afford a pretty good wig.
And you know what? All this talk about all this talk about getting a black Superman. All this woke shit? Can you imagine if they get her as Lex Luthor? They had the whole woke shit, the female Lex Luthor, the black female Lex Luthor, and all that shit.
Get her as Lexi Luthor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree, Johnny Jerry. Yeah, Morbius just looks very cringe.
Sonic. I'm gonna go see Sonic 2 because that's out. I'd rather see that than that bullshit.
That's yes. I'm gonna go see.
And you know what? I had no idea that Idris Elba was the voice of Knuckles. I had no fucking idea until I saw the interview yesterday on the Kelly Clarkson show. He's Knuckles, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, the voice of Knuckles.
Wow. Makes me want to see it even more. I know. I remember that joke he did about in Robin Shaw. I'm Black Superman. Now you're Knuckles.
Yeah. Oh, Ruben's asking Wildman if he's ever played the GTA video games.
Who hasn't played the GTA games? 5 is the quintessential because you can do a lot of stuff with that. You can make your own movies. A lot of filmmakers are using that thing now. It's amazing. I love. I'm looking forward to the part 6, but I think 5 is the quintessential of all the GTA games for sure.
Yeah.
Because I like the 3 characters. I like Michael, Trevor, and Franklin. I like those 3. I would love to see more games with them because they nowadays when you think of Grand Theft Auto, you think of those 3 characters, Michael, Trevor, and Franklin. I really like those guys.
Mm-hmm.
Trevor was a wild man. Trevor didn't give a shit.
And I agree. Johnny, I agree.
I would love to see that guy. Stephen Ogg is his name, who plays Trevor. I would love to see that guy like in an action movie, but like where he's just playing like sort of a version of the Trevor character.
Right. I agree, Johnny Jerry. I agree.
Yep. I agree, Quinn. Blade 1 or 2 are great. I have not seen Blade Trinity yet. Funny enough.
Nobody wants to see Blade Trinity.
Still better than Twilight.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Lost Boys is better than Twilight. Twilight stole from Lost Boys. Lost Boys did that shit first with Teenage Vampires. They stole that shit.
Will Smith had a beef with every. I already talked about this. Will Smith had a beef with every black actor, in the day, back in the day, because Will Smith wanted to be the top actor, and he saw all these other guys as competition.
Yeah.
I mean, because it was Eddie Murphy before Will Smith, really, if you think about it, the top black actor in Hollywood.
You know what? Let me tell you this. Let me tell you something. When Men in Black came out in 1997, he was the big thing. A lot of people said, "Oh, he was gorgeous. He was gorgeous. He's hot." All the girls were crazy about him. But that same year, who stole his thunder that same year? Leonardo DiCaprio for Titanic.
Yeah.
When Titanic came out. Oh, Leo, we love you. But before it was all about Will Smith and Men in Black. But when Titanic came along with Leonardo DiCaprio, it was all about Leo.
and what is and then who is it nowadays for young girls that they find?
I can't.
I have
you
no
can't
idea.
think, I can't think of nobody. No.
Yeah, because the thing
Queen's
is,
awesome.
yeah, yes, and because that's the thing is like Tom Holland,
Tom Holland, yeah, I can see that because he's Spider-Man.
Well,
I kind of see
well,
that.
here's my thing with Tom Holland though. Like he's like, yeah, he's a classically trained stage actor, but to me,
he's a gymnast. He's a gymnast as well.
Well, to me, like he needs better directors, or he just doesn't have it.
He has it. It's just that they don't allow him to let it out more. I haven't seen the Uncharted movie yet, but he would. Yeah, he might have been good, but they get someone even more rougher. I could have seen Mark Wahlberg as Drake.
Well, he was originally going to do it back 10 or so years ago.
Did you see that fan film of that? What was his name?
Nathan Fillion.
Yeah. He should have gotten that part. He nailed it.
We're back when he's in the bathroom. Keep talking.
Well, I mean, one of the things I'm looking forward to, I don't know who the director is, but Tom Holland, one of the things that he's doing a biopic about Fred Astaire.
Really?
So I'm looking forward to that, but I don't know who the director is, so.
Okay.
But I just want to know who's going to play Ginger Rogers. So, I mean, the thing is, that's the thing is like directors now, they're more just, it's more just, getting the cookie cutter directors. And like I've been telling people for a while, a lot of these directors have the talent of like TV movie directors.
Right.
And not good TV movie directors.
Yeah.
And one of the things I was even, somebody was a family friend of ours. We were even talking about one thing. We said that the Oscars should not recognize Netflix because majority of people watch Netflix on their TV. Shouldn't Netflix be considered for Emmys?
I see where you're coming from. Yeah, but Netflix, they see Netflix as like a different breed of TV, like streaming, like.
Well, I get that, but here's my thing. You have to look at the majority of the public. Where do they watch? They usually watch it on their TV
at home. I see what you're getting at. I totally see what you're getting at.
I think it should still be. I think the Emmy should more recognize it. Is what I'm saying. I mean, even Steven Spielberg agrees with me about that one.
You remember that movie, The Irishman? They released it on Netflix and at the theater.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen that one still.
It was okay. It's not as good as Scorsese's other work, but it was okay. And they're trying to do that disaging thing which was terrible. I know a guy on YouTube he took that footage and he did a better job than what they did with the de-aging shit.
The deep fake stuff, yeah.
The deep fake stuff, yeah.
Which I've heard a rumor that they might have to do that with Ezra Miller.
Because all the bullshit he put. Get someone else. Fuck him.
You guys heard about
someone else? Go back and reshoot the movie with someone else. Fuck him.
I heard about it.
He's like the male Amber Heard.
Yeah.
Well, didn't we cut ties with him recently because of that? Or
yeah, they fired him.
Good.
But they fired him. I thought. It's already been made. So.
Well, no. He, I think they're looking into consideration for what they're going to do. But I've heard they fired him for future projects.
Good.
Okay, for the future, yeah.
But hey, remember he identifies as something else. So he's
non-binary.
So he's not a male.
Identify as a psycho.
Yeah, he needs to be in the funny farm for sure.
Yeah,
him and Jared Leto.
He needs
not the funny farm with Chevy Chase.
Right there.
Exactly. Right.
No,
I like the cuckoo's nest.
And they'll probably be simping for their master.
They can both suck each other's cum holes in the funny farm.
Ezra Miller needs to go to jail and have the bail set so high that nobody could bail him out. Or they could even do something where like no bail.
Is he worse than Jared Leto?
Well, yeah, because he threatened to kill somebody.
Okay, yeah, and he stuck into somebody's house. So I did read about that.
And here's the thing: he threatened to kill the people who bailed him out of jail.
And of course he's part of that woke shit, saying he's gay or pansexual or transsexual. Make up your fucking mind, man. Get yourself some fucking help. Shut the fuck up.
I mean, what? I'm still confused about what is pansexual. Are you really attracted to pans?
It doesn't make any sense. Where do they keep getting this stuff? No offense to the way they live their lives, but knock this shit off.
I mean, pansexual.
The thing is, here's the thing. It's first of all, it has you're our age. He's our age. Around our ages. Okay. So we never knew anything about this stuff. So it's obviously Hollywood that's more making you think that way.
Exactly.
And schools and schools are teaching these young kids all this stuff, and it just that's one of the reasons why I support what Florida said.
But is Ezra going to be the next Shia LaBeouf?
Shia LaBeouf redeemed himself.
Whatever happened to him? Yeah. I have hope for Shia LaBeouf. What's he doing now?
He did a movie a few years ago called Honey Boy.
Yeah, I heard he just got married. Yeah, I just heard he just got married. Yeah, he totally saw what was happening to him. He went low somewhere, and he got his shit together, which is good. I have high hopes for him. I hope he comes back bigger. Definitely.
Yeah, me too. Definitely.
But I don't care about Ezra Miller.
No, who fucking cares?
No, you need to think about stuff because, like I said, you threatened to kill the people who bailed you out of jail after they bailed you out of jail. I mean, who does something like that? That is just talk about a great thank you, right?
Yeah, I read some of the story, but I didn't read the whole thing. I heard about the couple that he harassed at the bar.
He harassed a couple. He harassed a couple. He went to jail. This couple he was living with at the time, and bailed him out of jail. And then after they bailed him out of jail, they got a restraining order against him because in the middle of the night, from what I understand, he had a knife and said to them, "I'm gonna fucking kill you guys."
Stupid.
I mean, so the money he made from Justice League and all that, he couldn't get his own place.
I don't know.
They probably took it from him.
I don't know. I don't know what's going on with him. Apparently he's homeless. Is from what I've heard.
Oh.
I mean,
Karma, Ezra.
Where's your sources, Ty?
Usually, it's just a John Campea show.
Excuse me?
It's John Campea.
I watched him. He seems like a cool guy. Yeah.
Yeah, I used to not.
Homeless?
From what it sounds like, because he's been caught in Hawaii and living, it seems like he's living as what's the new term with that? He's living as a nomad, pretty much. It seems like
nomad. Yeah, nomad. I remember there was this movie called Nomads with Pierce Brosnan, directed by John McTiernan. Yeah, I remember that. That's what introduced me to that word. Yeah, nomad.
Yeah, well, now there's that. Now there's that new. It's like that one movie a few years ago.
Oh, I know what you're getting at. That Frances McDormand.
Yeah,
movie.
Which I saw that movie.
Land.
I heard that was fucking terrible, and she won an Oscar for that.
I know. Well, I mean, if I reviewed that movie, I would probably just be sitting there.
Exactly. I heard Reese Witherspoon did a movie like that as well called Wild. I heard that was much better. I needed to see that.
Well, because it's Reese Witherspoon. She's good in anything.
Yeah.
And because Reese Witherspoon.
My favorite movie with her, and you ever seen Freeway?
No,
yeah.
You gotta check that out. She was so cool and badass in that movie. She played she had that Southern accent. She played like a tough, mean girl. You gotta check it out. It was Kiefer Sutherland was in it. It was kind of like a edgy version of Little Red Riding Hood. Check that movie out. It was funny too. Check it out. Freeway.
It is good, but
Yeah, Brooke Shields is also in it too. If I'm
Brittany Murphy was in it.
I do like pancakes.
It is good, but don't watch the sequel.
I didn't know there was a sequel.
Yeah, it had Natasha Lyonne in it or something.
I didn't even know there was a sequel.
I think my favorite Reese Witherspoon movie, surprisingly, I mean, it's probably one of my favorite chick flicks, to be honest. Sweet Home Alabama.
I enjoyed that because Fred Ward, because I love him as Remo Williams. That's my childhood hero, Remo Williams. It was cool to see Fred Ward in it. I remember liking that. I did like her in Fear. That was like the first. That was like her early work with her and Mark Wahlberg.
Well, and I like that actor who plays her husband in it, Josh Lucas. So
yeah, the Hulk movie that Ang Lee did that introduced me to him.
Mm-hmm.
And he was in Stealth with Jamie Foxx and Jessica Biel, a poor man's Top Gun sequel.
What do you guys think of John Mnemonic? Quinn picked it up on Blu-ray the other day.
I haven't seen that movie in years. I heard it was kind of like an early version of The Matrix because it dealt with virtual reality. And what's cool, what's strange is that he's playing a character named John. Keanu Reeves. He's playing a character named John Mnemonic, and John Wick. And John Wick is the better character.
It's all right. It's not one of his best films, but
I like the speech in the movie.
I know it has Dolph Lundgren in it, believe it or not.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I find it.
And Dina Meyer, who would go on.
Oh my God, she is fucking hot. I love her.
I find it just okay.
I fucking love her.
Yeah, I love his speech though in the movie.
I find it just okay. Like,
it's not his best.
The Matrix is a better version of it.
You know what? Going back to Sandra Bullock, if she wants to retire, and speaking of Keanu Reeves, if she's going to go out with a bang, she should do Speed 3. Yeah, get the memory of that shitty Speed 2. Redeem yourself. Sandra, if you're going to retire, you want to redeem yourself, do Speed 3. That's the way they're going out with a bang.
And Speed 3 should be about you guys seen in Japan they have those bullet trains?
Right.
That's what Speed 3 should be.
I had a very cool idea in my head for Speed 3. I even came up with the perfect villain, Samuel L. Jackson.
That'd be cool.
I would say
he has that energy that Dennis Hopper did, because he has that same energy, and his character kind of knew Dennis Hopper's character, and he wants revenge.
Woody Harrelson.
What about here's a choice, since we'll see if he doesn't do like a John Wick movie. Why not get Jean-Claude Van Damme as the villain?
Oh, yes, a more physical villain. Yeah.
And then have it, and then you have like a.
I still like it, Johnny.
Here's what you do though in the final fight, like you just have them do like a Sergio Leone, John Woo stare down for a while.
They should bring those back. I want to see some filmmaking like that. Bring that shit back.
But then you have like some intense like Ennio Morricone style music.
Yes. Mm-hmm. I don't know about for a Speed movie, but some other movie. Well, I have a lot of ideas for something, and my ideas for something like that for sure.
Have you guys seen Legally Blonde? Because I haven't
seen that in years. I remember I saw the sequel. I haven't seen the first one, but that was movie that was that character that made Reese Witherspoon a superstar. That character.
I do like the movies.
Nope,
I mean, it's Reese Witherspoon and the better Wilson brother. So
right, yeah.
Because Luke Wilson is better than Owen.
I like them both.
I
like them both too. I
like them both, but I like Luke better. Like he just. Like Owen seems really laid back, but like Luke just seems more laid back, and like
I thought Owen was a wild man than Luke.
You ever heard of Matt Prokop? Who's that?
Never heard of him.
You guys heard of Karen Fukihara, the babe from Suicide Squad?
You keep getting these names, and we don't even know who they are.
Yeah, I don't even know who these people are, Ruben.
Isn't that one guy, Matt Prokop? He's like in some Disney Channel movie, I think. Like, I mean, if it's the guy I'm thinking of, he's all right.
What are your thoughts on Tron Legacy?
Tron Legacy, I understand what they were trying to do. They were trying to make, because a lot of people for years, just like with Top Gun, they were waiting for a perfect sequel to Tron, and there were some parts I like and some parts that did. It was like they're trying to make it too much like Star Wars, with the spiritual stuff. They should have left it more technical, high technical. But I give it credit for what it did, for the story and everything. But there's some parts I didn't like.
I do like it. I would say that like maybe a better sequel to Tron.
Yes,
is the TV show Tron Uprising.
I heard that Paul Rubin, Pee Wee Herman, he did a voice for that. Paul Rubin, Pee Wee Herman himself.
Yeah.
He did.
So yeah, check out. It's on Disney Plus. At least it was.
They did a video game as well.
Yeah, Tron Evolution. Tron. Check out.
Tron can work as a TV show. Get that on Netflix, just like with Cobra Kai and this Ghostbuster TV show I heard they're doing. Get that on Netflix. Do a Tron show on. Fuck Halo. Tron is what you need.
Yeah,
that will be a perfect streaming show.
Check out Tron. So check out Tron Uprising.
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, I know people say like, well, because last I heard. And by the way, fire Jared Leto from Tron 3.
He was supposed to be in that.
Yes,
well, they're working on it. They're supposed to be working on it, right?
Well, get rid of him.
Fire him and like get Scott Adkins.
Scott Atkins, yeah. I can see that. We do the martial arts with the disc and everything. Get him as Bond. I want to see him as Bond. He's perfect. Make Bond. That's a better way to bring Bond. Make the movies R-rated and Bond as a martial artist. It will be perfect.
Exactly. I mean,
because like I said, Bond, if you look at Bond, is a kind of a grindhouse character. Why not? Why not take it that extreme? Why not?
Well, actually, Studio Red Band, since he lives in Canada, he can legally make a James Bond movie.
Really?
Because James Bond in Canada and England are in the public domain, but you can only base it off of the Ian Fleming books, and probably for trademark purposes, you can't call him James Bond.
Jeez.
But you could Studio Red Band, if he's watching, which he's not in the chat, he can legally make a James Bond movie.
What would you call it in Canada?
You would have to call it like Casino Royale, Live and Let Die, and all this stuff because, I mean, you could even make a James Bond fan film, but it would be more.
There's been a lot of James Bond fan films on YouTube. There's been a lot. I know that guy who. I
don't know if I can't see that. Michael J. Fox is 007.
No.
Canadian Bond.
No.
Well, I could see him as Blofeld.
No.
To answer the question to Gun Rider,
I could. A lot of people have said this. I could have seen him as Spider-Man back in the 80s.
Yeah.
Even Tom Holland. A lot of people say Tom Holland resembles Michael J. Fox if he played Spider-Man.
I don't see it.
A little bit.
I know a lot of people say that No Way Home is like Back to the Future because Spidey. If you look at Peter Parker, he's like Marty. He's trying to find the future, and he goes to see Doctor Strange, Doc. And all this crazy stuff happens. He has to change, and it changes everything for him. Because think about that.
Well, Uriel, they're put on hold because of the slap.
Yeah, I heard about that. Bad Boys 4, I heard about that. Will, what the fuck have you done, man? Jeez, what have you done?
We've been saying it this entire stream. Hire a good lawyer and divorce Jada.
Yeah.
Trust me, man. She's not worth it. She was never worth it. She didn't even want to get married in the first fucking place.
She wanted Tupac before you.
I never cared about Tupac. I sad that he died. I never got into him. When he died, I thought he was just an actor. I didn't know he was a rapper. I know he did that movie with Janet Jackson. I never fucking cared for him, man. It's sad that he died. I never cared for him. Never.
That's the thing is, Jada was dating Tupac before that, and she wanted to marry Tupac. And then when Tupac died, Will happened to be dating, and she even said in interviews that she was never attracted to Will. She was just mourning her boyfriend and her friend that she known since they were kids.
So
you think it was.
I'm sorry.
Like do you think Will Smith will leave Jada at some point?
I believe he will. Didn't Jada decide to hook up with Will, or did Will hook up with her after Tupac? Whose idea was it?
Will, because basically,
I remember they were dating before Tupac got killed because she was on. I met in the summer, the time Independence Day came out. She was on that show later that with Al Roker, who was guest hosting. She was on there, and they were dating. They were dating around that time before Tupac got killed.
Well, I mean, to keep in mind too, like her and Tupac probably broke up before then too.
Right.
So basically, Will Smith was Jada's rebound after Tupac.
Well, bad choice, man. Bad choice. The bitch wasn't worth it. She wasn't.
This guy said it. Psycho Hobo says it best. Said it best right here.
Exactly, man. Exactly. Will, please get a fucking divorce, man. It'll be good for you. Personally and professionally. The bitch is not worth it. She was never worth it.
Here's my thing, Will. You've gotten a divorce before,
right?
Guess what? Sometimes divorce is a good thing, especially when the woman doesn't love you anymore. She
never loved him. She was using him.
Yeah, she's been out fucking other guys. Like,
yeah, he was just another option for her.
Here's the thing. Jada even. I've lost a lot of respect for Jada. One of the things when I even heard that she did the Matrix sequels, just to sit there and rub it in Will's face that he didn't do the Matrix.
Oh my god! Because Will, he was the original choice for Neo. You remember that video he did? He explained why. I think he wanted to do it, but the problem is that the Wachowski brothers, they didn't tell him the plot. They just told him, "Oh, check out this cool stuff," and he was like, "Okay, what's the plot?" He's like, "I don't get it." He didn't take it because he didn't get it.
Exactly, and so, but Jada,
is there any truth to that though? Like, is that why she did the sequels, to rub it in?
I bet you he went up. I bet you that Will told Jada, "I want to be in these movies," and Jada was like, "You know what? I'm gonna fuck him over. I'm gonna go to Wachowski's," and said, Will doesn't want to do it. Let me do it. I bet you that's what fucking happened.
I've heard it through the grapevine of stuff because I've kind of kept track of a lot. The thing is, nowadays, remember the gossip magazines were all gossip and all this stuff, but now because of where the news is, the gossip stuff is actually the truth now.
Right. Yeah, I see that. So, the tabloids.
If you sit there and look into it, okay, like, I mean, because you're gonna have to really do some digging, but like, if you could find all this stuff, about the gossip magazines, and usually, the gossip magazines are more coming true now than ever.
No fucking surprise. No fucking surprise.
The thing is, remember the gossip magazines? Oh, they're not true and all this stuff, and back in the day, they were never true. It was just.
The conspiracy theory shit. You know what? It's all out in the open now. It's open
exactly
now.
Because back in the day, gossip magazines it was basically just a version of clickbait, really.
Right.
Yeah.
But now the gossip magazines are coming true, and so the stuff that you hear about with Will and Jada usually, yeah, I mean it's been coming true lately, and I love how Chris Rock, I think he's kind of trying to cover.
Bobby.
He's kind of trying to cover.
See Bobby.
Bobby.
I think he's trying to cover his butt a little bit. He's saying, "Oh, I didn't know she was bald and had alopecia," But Chris Rock is trying to cover himself a little bit, but you can tell that Chris Rock doesn't give a damn.
Yeah.
No surprise. Not a surprise of that either. Not a surprise.
I mean, guess what? I mean, if that's the case, then maybe if Rambo Raff joins, I'll just sit there. Maybe I'll just make a G.I. Jane joke. Sit there saying, "Oh, by the way," or say, "Hey, congratulations, Matt. Congratulations on doing. I heard you're going to be Lex Luthor." Or hey, John, you're kind of thinning your hair a little bit. Look at you.
Oh, it's still growing. No, actually, no, it's still growing. Yeah. So
well, I mean, I got a lot more hair but, now, but or did you just get a buzz cut?
It's just nappy because of my freaking headphones.
Man,
Yeah. But you know what? Going back to that whole Matrix, Will Smith story. You know why he did iRobot? Why? Because you remember that scene? He's on the motorcycle and he shoots the two guns in slow mo. You know why? Because he wanted to do a Matrix type movie. That's why he did iRobot.
Will Smith, please do a
Yes.
sequel to iRobot.
I love that movie.
Yeah, I thought it was.
Yeah, that's a good
one of
movie. I
those.
saw it in the theater when it came out.
It's
Yep,
one
same
of my.
here.
What do you
It's one
guys
of
think of? What you guys think of I Am Legend?
It's a time waster.
I like
What?
it, but the Omega Man and the book is better.
The Omega Man is 10 times fucking better. What about the version with Vincent Price?
Oh, The Last Man on Earth. I
It's
haven't seen it.
it is good, but its budget kind of hurts it a little bit for me. And I get it, low budget, everything, but it's good, but it could have been better. And the Omega Man is better.
Definitely better.
But another version that is better, I Am Omega.
Yeah, with Mark Dacascos. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
That is the best Asylum movie.
Have you guys ever visited Hooters?
Yes,
I would love to.
I've been to one Hooters, and that's it.
Yes. Yeah. I only had one problem.
What's that?
My waitress had really small Hooters.
Oh,
We guess there were A cups or what?
I think they were negative A.
Negative.
I just picked up the Omega Man. Okay, that's cool, Quinn.
You never seen the Omega Man?
I got it in a 4-pack now with Soylent Green and some other Westworld.
Soylent Green is a very good movie because I believe that's happening right now.
It's somewhere over here. I can find it. I just picked it up like 2 weeks ago. Yeah.
I'm not going to spoil it for you, but maybe it is Wild Man.
Soylent Green is Beatbo.
And has Logan's Run on there and Westworld.
I heard that was Edward G. Robinson's last movie because he was dying during that movie.
He was blind, deaf, all sorts of stuff.
Which film are we talking here?
Soylent Green.
Soylent Green.
I had a pet frog. I had a pet frog, and that's what I named him. I named him Soylent.
Really?
Yeah.
You know what? Speaking of Edward G. Robinson, Larry Drake, who played Durant in Darkman, he modeled. The director said Sam Raimi, he hired him because he looked like Edward G. Robinson. Even the name Robert G. Durant was a tribute to Edward G. Robertson. Robert G. Durant.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's what we need from Liam. A Darkman sequel. What? Stop doing these Taken like movies. Give us a Darkman 2 already, Liam.
Yeah.
Please.
And here's a question for Wild Man again from Ruben.
Wait.
I love Michael Winslow. I love those. He's the king of the sound effect. He does it all with his voice. That's what we need. Another Police Academy movie. I would love to see another Police Academy movie.
Here. Since multiverses are big now, do a multiverse movie of Darkman with Arnold Vosloo.
Yeah, he's a scientist, maybe. So why not?
And Liam Neeson.
You think Liam Neeson should just stop making action movies?
He's getting up there, but if he's going to go out with a bang, if he's going to retire, do a Darkman sequel.
Do Darkman.
Yeah.
With Arnold Vosloo.
Right.
And
Where's he at though? Because I've heard
he just did this movie. He just did this latest movie. He did 2 movies: Blacklist, and Memory. This just 2 movies. The toys. I think they're forgotten. They're forgotten.
Yeah.
But I did enjoy Ice Road. Did you see that? It was on Netflix. That was a good movie.
I know. Yeah. I liked a little bit that Indian girl.
Oh my God, Amber Mid Thunder. Oh my God, she is hot. God.
I'm sorry.
She can definitely Mid Mike Thunder.
I'm sorry.
She is fucking hot, man.
I'm sorry, Native American. I'm sorry, Native American. That girl, she's going to be the lead in the new Predator.
Really?
Yeah. Which and it's going to be set from what I've heard from the new Predator. It's going to be set in 17 something. And
it's kind of like that fan film, that guy, I told you about, Blinky, that guy who did the.
And you know, I like the idea of the new Predator movie. It's Native Americans fighting
The
Predators.
problem is it's by Disney and might be PG-13.
And it might be,
Yeah.
and it might be, and I just pray that it won't be woke, because I like the idea of Native Americans fighting predators.
Yeah, because Native Americans, we hear a lot of people talk about black people. We don't hear a lot of stories about Native Americans like they're been shit on. I would love to, give those people a break. That's ridiculous.
And you know, listen, I mean, Native Americans, I mean, they were, let's be honest, they were, you know, it was they had tribal wars before, you know, we came in, but you know, we didn't help the matters, and who honestly really we could blame for that was the American president Andrew Jackson. But we're not going to get into that part of it. So that's more.
Yeah, let's not get. I
just don't care about the new Predator film.
That's more stuff for Fabio's stream.
Let's not get deep into politics now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone Grand Theft is asking me a question about Pablo.
Which one?
I love the one. I really people don't talk about.
I still haven't
that's
seen
a
that
Jet
one.
Li movie no one talks about.
I like it.
A lot of people say, "Oh, it's a ripoff to the Matrix." No,
No, definitely not.
And Jet Li, I think that was his best work. I love that movie. I enjoyed.
I
Jason
like-
Statham was in that.
Yeah,
I do like Delroy Lindo, another underrated actor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do like the one, but I still think my favorite Jet Li movie is Unleashed.
Oh, I love that. I
got
that was
that
like that was
somewhere.
like a gritty fairy tale story because
Well, I just love it because like it's so like I love Bob Hoskins in it. How he's just like,
oh my god, he fucking snapped in that movie. He was a scumbag. You couldn't wait for Jet Li to kick
and
his
I
ass.
just love how Jet Li. I mean, yeah, like, and the title pretty much just says it all. Jet Li is unleashed in that movie.
And he sure is unleashed.
Yeah.
He was like a dog. Like I said, Bob Hoskins, you're my dog. Once you unleash him, that's when he snaps.
Yeah. This would be a good idea. If, like Quinn says, it would be dope. Predator prequel to follow the lady from the first
Right.
one.
Yeah, because the story she talked about how this happened before, you know, she tells that story. I want to see if you're gonna do a prequel, I want to see the story about Hopper, Jim Hopper, because you always hear that name, you know. I want to see a prequel with that character. What happened with him? I know he dies, but
what happened to Hopper?
Yeah. Can you see Stallone playing Hopper?
Come out with the Heat Seeker.
Here, what I want to see? Okay, I still want to see this. I want to see you have Arnold come back, Danny Glover. You replace Adrian Brody's character with Scott Adkins.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
And then you kill off you kill off that Boyd Holbrook guy within the first 5 minutes. And then so it's Scott Adkins, Danny Glover, and Arnold fighting the Predator.
And then the chopper lands, and Arnold sacrifices, and he says, "Get to the chopper!"
Yeah.
And then you know you have it where you know basically do the original script for Predators, where it was from at least the script that I heard. I don't know if it's ever been released, where it was Arnold and Danny Glover, and they had to fight predators in like gladiatorial battles.
I can't remember.
You know what? You know what would
Didn't
be
Robert
better?
Rodriguez
You know what
write
would be
that or
better?
something?
You know what would have been better if who you would add? Ripley from Aliens. Get Ripley in there. Sigourney Weaver.
Yeah,
Yes.
why not?
Yeah, why
Why
not?
not a crossover with Ripley and Dutch?
That's a better Alien versus Predator movie. For fuck's sake.
Here's my thing. You know who was when they were cast, people were asking me one time like who do I think should play an older version of Newt? You know, Carrie Henn, the best. The thing is, she has not acted since Aliens, so like I don't know if she'd be a good actress nowadays.
She's on Cameo now. I saw her on there. She's on Cameo.
Okay,
That's
well,
cool.
yeah, but who's to say she'd be a good actress nowadays? So I was saying who they should get because I could see her being an action star because I think she's, it's this actress named Gabriella Wilde.
Is she related to Olivia Wilde?
No. She was in the unfortunately she was in the Carrie remake.
Oh.
She played Sue. She was also in the remake of Endless Love.
Oh, she played the Brooke Shields character.
Yeah.
Her? Oh, okay.
See, I think she could be an action star.
Yeah.
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah.
Ain't she a teacher now?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
And she's on Cameo. I saw her on there. She's on Cameo as well.
My thing is, I think Gabriella Wilde, she's British, and I think she could definitely play an older version of Newt, and she doesn't strike me as like she doesn't really, she's a mom first, so she kind of takes a lot of breaks from acting. So she doesn't strike me as a woke actress, so.
Yeah.
I just say get Gabriella Wilde, and basically I would say what we need now is just if we want strong female characters, like have a have like a female action hero, but put her through stuff like what Bruce Willis went through in Die Hard, because that's how you make a strong character.
Yeah. I would love to see a female character in a Die Hard situation. Why not?
And
now like that bullshit with Charlize Theron. I'll tell you that.
Hey, as a heterosexual male, I am all for the female lesbian Die Hard movie, but not in the mainstream.
Oh, Strap Hard? You gonna watch Strap Hard? Yeah.
Hey, either that or guess what? I could always watch The Real Skyscraper.
I know with Anne Nicole Smith.
Yeah.
Scissoring with the Vengeance.
All right.
Hell, even No Contest would probably sound better. And that had Andrew Dice Clay.
And Shannon Tweed. Yeah.
And Robert Divide, he was actually in that.
Yeah.
What do you guys' thoughts on Tom Arnold?
I don't know, because that guy hasn't done anything in years. You know what? I was an extra in a movie he was doing. It wasn't a big movie. I saw him on set.
That's cool.
I like him, but he needs to kind of shut up sometimes. So
yeah, of course, the whole thing with him and Roseanne, that was fucked up.
Well, he has made some pretty funny jokes about Roseanne recently. So
I definitely liked him in True Lies for sure.
Oh yeah, I love them in
Ice cube
Exit
trays
Wounds
out of the
with Steven
freezer.
Seagal. Yeah.
Yeah.
I loved that movie he did with Rick Moranis, Big Bully. I enjoyed that movie.
Yeah, that was
I
actually
haven't seen that in a while.
that was actually for free on YouTube at one point. I don't know if it is still.
Unleashed.
He was in Unleashed?
No.
Oh no, Johnny is. That'd be funny though. Tom Arnold was Unleashed. Yeah.
Wait. That should be the new Chris Rock special.
Sick him, Tom.
Yeah.
No. Chris Rock Unleashed.
Oh, I could see that.
Then you have like F, and then you have something that says Will Smith but not Will Smith. Or F Will Simp.
Yeah.
I
Put
mean,
a collar on Chris Rock.
I will say my favorite Jet Li movie. I know people don't like this, but I enjoyed it. I think I have to go with Black Mask.
Yeah,
I don't know if I have a favorite because that stuff.
I do enjoy Romeo Must Die. Yeah, I do enjoy that one. Too.
I like that. Well, one of them is the ones that I like. I do like the. They don't get talked about a whole lot, even though it's basically like Jet Li's biggest franchise. I like the Once Upon a Time in China movies.
Yeah.
I still have to see that.
There was also Kiss the Dragon, which had Bridget Fonda in there.
I enjoyed that. I like that one. That was by Luc Besson that produced that.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Did you hear that Disney got rid of Kiss the Dragon on Disney Plus?
No, I didn't hear about that. I didn't even know it was up there.
It was on there for a while, I guess. I didn't even know it was.
They're trying to cover their ass,
but they canceled. They got rid of it or something because, they said it's racist.
They're trying to cover their ass. Fuck them.
Like how in the hell is it racist? If anything, it should be. I thought Hollywood would love it because it was the first.
I can believe it. This is the same streaming service that blurred the thing in Splash with Daryl Hannah's butt.
Yeah,
so I can believe
it.
I mean,
Disney,
here's the thing.
Disney, they're just trying to go for that
Can we-
woke card. They don't
here-
really mean it. They're just going with that whole woke card because that's the big thing now.
Can we? Okay, here's my thing. What if I had a streaming service? What I would do is say, hey, we have two versions for you. We have the real version, and I would probably call it the pussy version, because, I mean, hey, guess what? I'm sorry. Daryl Hannah had a nice ass.
Absolutely. That was her big break. That was her big break.
Yes. Why would you deny us the sight of it?
I'm gonna be honest. She was a better, hotter mermaid than fucking Ariel.
And here's the thing. Also, they also even took. I know one of the things a lot of people are saying, they took off Anastasia. Not because here's the thing though. For the longest time, they did not have Anastasia because Don Bluth owns the rights. He bought the rights. From what I heard, he bought the rights.
Quint says they're editing stuff that was done for Disney Plus, cutting the blood out of the Captain America show. Did they do that for real?
Yes, they did.
Are you talking about that Falcon?
Winter Soldier and the Falcon.
I don't care. I didn't even care to fucking watch it. I didn't even care.
I don't know. I'm just so done.
I didn't even care to fucking watch Hawkeye. Marvel is done. Just Disney fucked it over. Marvel is done. It's done. Just like with Disney, they're both done.
Yeah. It might be. Yeah, I agree. Because Ruben asked about Miami Vice.
I'm trying to decide: is the Blu-ray really worth getting?
Who hasn't watched Miami Vice? That's a show that needs to be rebooted. That's a show that needs to bring back Don Johnson. He still looks great. Phil Michael Thomas, what is he doing? You bring back shows like Cobra Kai and all this. Well, yeah, do it with Miami Vice. Why the fuck not?
I was gonna say, am I better off getting the Mill Creek or just go ahead and get the old DVD sets that had all the special features?
I got the Blu-ray. Yeah, I got that Blu-ray set.
Because I know it's Mill Creek because unfortunately, whenever Mill Creek distributes the Blu-rays, they're always bare bones. There's like no features.
Yeah, I would still get the Blu-ray. I mean, I can't remember if there is features on the Blu-ray, but
I don't think there is. If it's Mill Creek, there's no features. It's always going to be bare bones regardless. But Wildman, I was going to ask you, you like the original 1990s Melrose Place?
Oh yeah, I remember that show. It came out. It
92 actually.
90210 and Melrose Place will come on back to back. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Who was actually the best looking woman, or did you like all of them equally?
There were so many gorgeous women on that show. I have to say, maybe the girl Laura Laughlin, that she played the little sister of the
Sydney?
Yeah. Oh, she was gorgeous. I loved her.
Yeah.
She was
no,
cute.
I like Kimberly, even though she was a bit nuts, but there was
Kimberly. Oh yeah, she no wonder she ended up with the Desperate Housewife. She was so fucking desperate.
I'm just gonna
if anything, if they're going to do, if I was going to do a Star Wars film and if I wanted Mara Jade, she might be good in that.
Do you remember they did a revival of Melrose Place the same time with 90210? Did you remember that?
I think it was like 2009, 2010.
And look what happened with that shit. It didn't. And they killed Sydney. They chopped her head off, and they found her head in the pool.
Hey, Scotty. As far as like all of the girls on Melrose Place, I'm just gonna go and say all of them.
What did you think of Amanda? She was a bitch. Heather Locklear, she made that show. She was a bitch. You wanted to get her head chopped off.
Hey, I mean, Roseanne,
Oh yeah, the question, yeah. Uriel asked, "What are your thoughts of Roseanne and her big mouth?"
I mean, hey, she's a comedian. Some of her jokes might not be funny, but if it's intended as a joke, then it's a joke. So
that was early cancellation. So and the Connors, who gives a fuck about the Connors? It's Roseanne. She made that show. Fuck the Connors.
Yes. I did that show. I don't even understand why that show is still on because, like, the only thing is like,
even doing that well. If it's not doing well, they should.
It's doing well enough to get more seasons.
You know what? You want to know something? The actress, Emmy Kennedy. She was on Shameless. Shameless is a better show. I was on set on Shameless. I saw her on set. I even booked her on Cameo. She's a very cool girl. I asked her on Cameo, "Are you going to come back to Chicago now that Shameless is over?" She said yes.
That's cool.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Shameless. You guys never seen Shameless?
No.
Oh my god! Oh my
Yes.
god! You
Yeah,
gotta
definitely
check
seen
it out.
it.
It's like a live action version of The Simpsons, man. I'm telling you. 11 seasons that show was shot in Chicago, man.
Yeah.
I do like Shameless.
I always liked how whatever kind of new scheme that Frank was going to concoct.
Oh my god, he was like the live action Homer Simpson. This whole family was like the live action version of The Simpsons.
Yeah, just very dysfunctional.
Hey, even the British version is good too. So
yeah,
here's a good question. Yes,
I don't care about OJ anymore. I'm done with OJ, and he's talking about Will Smith now. Of all the people that talk about Will Smith, it's him. I don't care about OJ anymore. I'm done with OJ. Enough.
I think that here, I'll say this. Yes, I mean OJ, he's in jail now, so who cares?
I thought he was out.
Is he out?
Yeah, I think he's out.
Like Whatman says, who cares? I don't
exactly.
But I will say this. I think that OJ, I think he did not specifically stab his wife or kill his wife. But he knows who did it.
Yeah.
It's possible. It's possible.
Did you hear those crazy conspiracy rumors that Megyn Kelly is actually Nicole Brown in disguise?
Oh my gosh, that's like a few years ago when they were saying that Katy Perry is John Benet Ramsey.
Fucking crazy, man.
Wow.
I mean,
well, who comes up with this fucking shit?
Can I admit something
TMZ?
on this?
I don't know.
Hold on, I got to admit something on the stream. I'm the Black Dahlia murderer.
Oh yeah, that was been going on for that was going on for years to figure that out.
I know, but that's what I'm saying is I did it.
I was there.
Yeah, man.
Like John Leguizamo, I was there.
Quinn mentioned something about working with an actress, Mina Wen. I know who he's talking to. He's mentioned this on my streams before. She's always been pretty cool. One of the actresses from the Mandalorian.
I need to watch that show. I need to watch it. I was hesitant after the shit that went down with
James
Carano.
Hahn.
That's cool.
Which is interesting. I don't know if I ever knew that.
I love
part.
James Hong, and he is still working. He still looks good. He's like, this guy's in his fucking 80s, and he's still working. And looks great. I have so much respect for that guy. He should be on Cobra Kai. Get him in Cobra Kai.
Did anybody
I'll
ever
probably
see
go on for another 20 minutes because I'm gonna prepare dinner here in a little bit.
Yeah. Did anybody ever see the show? It's on Netflix. I actually thought it was kind of funny. It's called Love Hard.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
No,
I never heard of
it. Check it out. It's kind of funny. It's with this one stand-up comedian. His name's Jimmy O'Yane. I don't think he's actually that funny, but like he's good in the movie. It's about online dating and stuff. But one of the cool things is the actor who plays the Shredder, James Saito. He plays his dad in the movie.
Oh, the Shredder.
Really?
Yeah, and it's actually a pretty funny movie. I think it's I thought it was pretty funny, and it has a what's her name, Nina DeVoe. I don't know how to pronounce her last name. It's Dobov. DeVoe.
Oh, you talk about the girl from Vampire Diaries, right?
Was she on there?
Yeah, Nina DeVoe. I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah,
she was in like a movie that was kind of like a remake of Fright Night, but it was with werewolves. It was called Never Cry Werewolf. It was kind of like a remake version of Fright Night with werewolves. It was okay.
And now that I think about it, she was also in the the third Triple X film.
I did not know that.
Yeah, it has her in it, and she plays the lead, and like. One of the things that I kind of appreciate about the movie is, like she wasn't afraid. She was not like afraid to look beautiful in the movie, because that's like very.
Yeah, she's gorgeous. I like her.
Exactly. Like, she basically dresses like Kelly Bundy throughout the movie. And I'm like, I mean, hey, you know what? If you're beautiful, be beautiful, especially for women.
Yeah, be beautiful. Have your natural beauty. Don't try to fuck it up by doing botched plastic surgery like so many other actresses have done.
Or unless if you're Bridget if you're Bridget Fonda,
Yeah,
stay
or
away
letting
from-
yourself go.
stay-
Bridget, what happened to you?
Bridget,
Yana,
stay,
what happened?
stay away from
No,
the donuts.
No offense to no offense to your appearance, no offense, but Bridget, jeez.
I don't want to say
Bridget-
anything because I don't know if she's going through some kind of health issues or something, but
Well,
I think that's why. I think because I think when celebrities they want to get away from it, they gain that way so nobody wouldn't recognize them. I mean, I did look at Yasmin Bleeth from Baywatch. She kind of gained some weight. I guess she did that because she didn't want people to recognize her. If she did it, Bridget did it for that. I can understand that, but still.
Well, I mean, I guess I get that, but I just have to say, maybe stay away from the donuts.
Right.
yeah,
No offense to your weight,
all the
Bridget,
junk
but
food,
but
pretty
still,
much.
we're just saying.
Yeah.
have you guys watched the Revenge of the Nerds movies?
I love Revenge of the Nerds, especially the second one's my favorite. The first one's a classic. I mean, it gave nerds it gave nerds a voice. It made nerds cool in the 80s. Is definitely the quintessential nerd movie. It's a classic.
I love Revenge of the. I like all the movies, honestly. Revenge of the Nerds. They're just.
I like the third one when
got
they
the first
when
three.
they went to court.
And yes, I love Revenge of the Nerds, and I found this out recently. There's a Van Halen tribute band, and they're called Nerd Halen.
By the way, Robert Carradine, he's on Cameo, and the guy who plays Ogre, he's on there now.
Oh yeah, Donald Gibb. Yeah,
he's on there.
But yeah, the Nerd Halen thing. They literally dress as nerds, and they play Van Halen songs.
That's cool.
That sounds like Devo.
I know. So I was like, you know what? I mean, that would be awesome.
Did anyone like Weird Science?
Who
That's a
doesn't
good
love
movie,
Weird
yeah.
Science? Come on, everybody loves
Classic.
I
Weird
love Weird
Science.
Science. I even like the TV show.
I would love to see a sequel to that. The way how technology is with the internet, I would love to. That'll be a sequel. Anthony Michael Hall, he's also on Cameo.
No, because if they made that movie now, boys wanting, creating this, this woman.
What? Well, no.
Because virtual reality is a big thing now with the Oculus and the internet and the porn on the internet.
Oh come on! Nowadays, if they did it, let's just it's two female nerds, and they have to make the ultimate guy.
I was thinking about, but
don't
make it woke. That's a good idea, but don't make it have these two female nerds.
Not woke science, yeah.
Yeah. Who you think should play the character, the one that the guy they create? Who should play that?
You mean like if it was two girls and they create a guy?
Yeah, who would play the guy?
Yeah, so it won't.
I have an interesting choice. I actually do like him as an actor, but
Donald Gibb, not playing.
What about Tyrese Gibson?
Maybe. If you're gonna go with the funny route, you can go.
I got
Jamie
Ryan
Foxx,
Reynolds.
maybe.
Ryan Reynolds.
What? Well, I have a feeling they would cast like Jason Momoa in that part. I mean,
Oh yeah.
I was just thinking maybe The Rock, but please no, please don't get The Rock. Do not get The Rock, please. Enough.
Hey, it wouldn't be just two girls and one guy. It'd be two girls and one cup.
Oh my God! Don't fucking remind me of that, please.
two girls and one cup. It'd be Will
Please
Smith.
don't remind me of that. God.
Sorry.
One guy.
I didn't know if anyone else heard of it. But I thought,
Oh,
so y'all have heard of it, and
Yeah.
we'll just leave it at that, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Training Day is a great movie, by the way.
oh yeah, absolutely.
When
Yeah.
They did. They tried to do They did a show with Bill Paxton and in the Denzel type character, but he died before he finished. Before another season. I think they canceled it before he died.
No. He died. He died, and they decided to cancel it because they didn't know who. They couldn't think of anybody to replace Bill Paxton that was on schedule.
Wow.
And it was good. I know for a while, I don't know if it actually went through.
that's a good one too. Nightcrawler.
Bill Paxton. The family was trying to sue for a wrongful death, but like he just had a regular heart surgery, and it was just from what I understand, what ended up happening was with Bill Paxton, it was just dumb luck. He was having heart surgery, and he happened to have a stroke in the middle of surgery.
Oh man.
So like it was, like the doctors couldn't do anything, because like they panicked, like what do you do in that situation? You're having surgery and your patient has a stroke. It was just dumb luck. I don't know if the wrongful death went through, but even before Bill Paxton died, I got a screen. I talked to a screenwriter one time, and I talked to my idea for a sequel to Twister, and he was actually interested. So, and he actually happened to write it. And
he has Bill Paxton. He has a son who's in acting. No, there's this Alien channel where they do like
James
these.
Paxton.
They do these Alien short films based on Alien, and he was in one of them. His son James he was in one of them. And if you're gonna do a sequel to Twister, have him play his character's son. Maybe.
Well, maybe. I had it where it was a the daughter. And
you can get Helen Hunt back. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, first of all, my idea was it was based off the tri-state tornado, which was a tornado it's the tornado that's been on the ground. It was Bill Paxton's original idea. It was a tornado that was on the ground for almost 3 hours. Now, I wouldn't probably make the movie 3 hours, but it was a tornado that basically it would just be them chasing one tornado. But it's like this tornado that causes the most destruction out of any tornado and all this stuff. But when I was actually thinking about it, I came up with this list of people to replace Bill Paxton, because I'm a strong believer in the show must go on,
Right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And so I thought, well, number one,
it's kind of like the same thing they did with Harold Ramis with Ghostbusters Afterlife. That's the same thing they did.
For me, I thought, well, number one, Kurt Russell.
I can see that.
Yeah, maybe.
I did think, Dennis Quaid.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. What is he doing lately? Why not?
He's playing Ronald Reagan.
Oh, yeah, I remember hearing about that. Yeah.
I thought Kevin Costner.
I'm kind of in the fence with Kevin Costner. I don't know.
And then one of the more interesting ones I thought of was Jeff Daniels.
Maybe, yeah, that can work.
And then Gary Sinise.
I love that guy. Yeah. Because he really cares about people. He's helping the vets out. Yeah, he's a cool guy. I love that guy.
I did pick Gary Sinise because I thought to myself, well, he'd be cheap because what has he done lately? So, and I think that I was trying to think of people that maybe Bill, because I had to think about it also from this. If Bill Paxton, if he had a stroke, and the stroke was strong enough to kill him, let's say he did go to the hospital hypothetically, who's to say that he would even be physically able to do Twister 2 if this happened to go on?
Why did they do this earlier? Because there were talks about a sequel way before he died. There were talks.
I don't know. That's because I remember that Bill Paxton wanted to direct one in 2010, and he wanted to use James Cameron's Avatar technology to make a digital IMAX 3D tornado movie. And I'm like,
that would have been cool.
That would have been better, 10 times better than fucking Avatar, since he worked with him in Aliens.
So here's my thing. I said, well, and this is even before Van Halen died. I said, well, digital IMAX 3D tornado movie with Van Halen doing the entire instrumental soundtrack. I mean, and then I even had another marketing thing too, where I said, okay, you get Patrick Schwarzenegger and you get Sistine Stallone in it. So that way you could literally market it as Schwarzenegger and Stallone.
I don't know if I would see it though.
Well, I mean, I would just say that, it's just marketing, Schwarzenegger, Stallone. So you base,
And then people are going to show up and be like, where's the real deal at? Where's the
exactly.
Well, and so, I mean,
like,
and I still would love to even do it just because, it was, just the idea of them chasing one tornado in a digital IMAX 3D tornado movie. I mean, the script had so many gimmicks too. Like we had a fire tornado, with thunder and lightning and all this stuff. In digital IMAX 3D. So, and, I would still love to do it. And I still say Kurt
Russell. What? Get it done. If you can find a way to talk with this guy, get it done right away.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, Kurt Russell.
Yeah.
Kurt Russell's still my number one choice though to replace.
Kurt Russell, he's making a good comeback. You know, you see the Christmas Chronicle movies. He plays a very cool, badass Santa Claus in that. Man,
He's the second best Santa, next to the guy in Santa Claus the movie.
or Tim Allen. Tim Allen.
No, not that one.
I know who you're talking about, but he really overshadowed Tim Allen. That's for fucking.
Well, even that was another one of my choices too. Why not Tim Allen to play that part too? Of Bill Hardy.
Santa and Everyone Saves Christmas.
Oh, by the way, Christmas Chronicles 3 needs to have Krampus in it and have Kurt Russell fight Krampus.
It was cool to see Goldie Hawn in it, but it'd be cool if they somehow find a way to get Rudolph in it.
Goldberg was the best Santa. I still haven't seen that. Was it Santa's Sleigh? Is that what it's called?
That would. No. The best Santa movie is Santa Claus 1959.
I thought you were going to say Silent Night, Deadly Night.
Yeah.
No, has anybody ever seen that movie?
No, I haven't.
Oh my gosh.
What's it called?
Well, it's called Santa Claus It was Santa Claus 1959.
Or I thought you were going to say Bad Santa with Billy Bob Thornton.
I guess a 2.7 on IMDb. The one that
who cares about IMDb?
1959.
Yes,
Does that have like the devil in the poster?
Yes, it's also called Santa Claus versus the Devil.
Oh, great!
Huh.
It is okay. So basically the premise of the movie is so Santa Claus lives in a magical castle in the sky and breaks child labor laws because he doesn't have elves in this one. He has children working for him. And there are so many stereotypes of children from Africa, Mexico, US, London. They cover all their bases, so it's not racist, you know?
Yeah.
And so Santa Claus, then the devil, Satan sends down one of his devil minions to go stop Santa, and his name is Pitch. And his punishment, if he fails to stop Santa from delivering the presents, is he has to eat chocolate ice cream.
What?
I never seen it.
No, this is like listen. Hey, if you're willing to, maybe Christmas, we can do a Hangout stream and watching for the first time.
Is it on YouTube?
Huh?
I'm trying to see if it's on YouTube.
Yeah, it's public domain, so. Like, hey, even better, you and your brother do a live reaction to that.
Yeah, I tell you guys are a great team. I really enjoyed the stuff you guys do together.
You and your brother do a live reaction to that. Not even, it doesn't have to be a Christmas special.
I think next we're doing the Batman movies.
Oh, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
I've
never seen them.
So. You guys
how about that? You guys do a live reaction to that movie. It is so worth it. Like, I don't even think, I think you guys would understand that it's kind of meant to be one of those really bad movies, but it is.
I agree with this comment. Yeah. Get to the poll.
Yeah, he should have played Santa dress up like him in Jingle All the Way, or done a sequel where he has to dress up as Santa or something like that.
And have Larry the Cable Guy in it too, right?
Oh God, no.
You remember the Big Show was in that movie, the Jingle All the Way. He played the Big Santa. Yeah.
For the longest time, I thought that was Hulk Hogan, but
that's. But yeah, and then John, there's kind of a spiritual sequel to that movie too, Santa Claus 1959.
What about the one with Mel? What about the one with Mel Gibson, Fat Man?
That one's good.
I haven't seen Fat Man.
Because the spiritual sequel is called Santa Claus Conquers the Martians. I mean, I look at it as
that hits home with me.
Well, which first of all, the title is misleading because if Santa Claus conquers the Martians, you would think like Santa Claus, he fights Martians and all this stuff, like no,
yeah.
It's just the Martians kidnap Santa, and that's pretty much it.
All right, maybe one day if I ever do like a rant.
Someone had a question on thoughts on Macaulay Culkin. Somebody had
Ruben, yeah.
I like Macaulay Culkin. I know, like,
It's probably the
I was
last
wa-
question I'm gonna.
I was watching his interview he did with Joe Rogan, and like one of the parts that I thought he could really pull off. Like, I know Robert Englund could only be Freddy Krueger, but I thought Macaulay Culkin, the way he looks now, I think like his stature.
I don't
Yeah.
know. That depends on what a good actor he is. And I have respect for him. I know he's kind of semi-retired. He likes to do different things. He's married now. He has kids. So I have respect for him. But he should have done that shitty Home Alone sequel. It would have been better. Or
Yeah.
Home Sweet. Like I said, they stole my fucking title.
Yeah.
Hey,
I have deep
Go up.
respect for him. I have deep
he'd
respect
be
for him. I'm
better
happy
than-
for him.
he'd be better than the guy who played what's his name? The guy who played Buzz, because shortly after movie he got arrested.
Yeah, and I'm surprised. That
Talk
he
about
wasn't
Buzz
taken out of the
kill.
movie.
Is he still?
Yeah.
Did he actually go to jail or what?
I don't know, but I heard he got arrested.
So
Yeah, for like
Buzz
an
actually
assault.
walked into a buzzsaw. Good to know.
Yeah, like he strangled his girlfriend or something. Yeah,
What?
Talk about buzzkill, huh?
he didn't. I mean,
Buzzsaw. Meat grinder.
So I don't know.
so Buzz is really a prick.
I'm surprised. I wish that the only thing I did I tried to do a little editing on YouTube with it. It wasn't that great, I don't think, but Disney really screwed up. They should have had they should have played during the trailer Home Sweet Home by Motley Crue,
I don't think.
Yeah,
Mama
that
Girl
would have been
stayed-
cool. They also played that song on Hot
It probably
Tub
nothing to
Time
do with it.
Machine. They played that song on Hot Tub Time Machine, which is, by the way, those by the same guys that did Cobra Kai and Harold and Kumar, because they were fans of the Karate Kid, and they put William Zabka in Hot Tub Time Machine because they were fans. And look where where that all led up.
By the way, I did hear a rumor that if once Cobra Kai is done, we'll be getting a new Harold and Kumar.
I heard that after Cobra Kai is done, we're going to get a few more Karate Kid movies. That's what I heard.
Well,
Really?
I heard that first they want to do a new Harold and Kumar movie because the fans are asking for it.
And nobody asked for a sequel to Hot Tub Time Machine. That was terrible.
Yeah,
And-
I've still
and
haven't
John-
seen that
First
one.
one's a classic, but that one no one cared.
Yeah.
Well, it's and
You don't bring John Cusack back. Come on.
yeah.
my-
What's the matter
my
with
whole
you?
thing. My whole thing is like even Kel Penn had a great idea for Harold and Kumar. Just say, well, I think it's time. It's been long enough. I mean, every franchise goes to space at some point.
Oh God,
Yeah.
please.
What?
That is
pretty much.
that plot is a shitty excuse.
Well,
You can't just come up with anything that you got to go to space. No.
Well, here's my thing. Why not just
You'll
treat
be
it like
you'll be invading Wild Man's Turf.
Exactly.
why not here?
Don't
why
come
not
up in
just-
my planet, please.
Why not just do something? Why not just do something like this? Have it where like make it like the Ernest movies. Put Carol and Kumar in situations like
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think
Like-
that's what
like-
they were planning to do. Yeah, I could see that. Yeah.
because I don't know, like have Harold and Kumar in the army,
Oh yes,
That'd be fun.
yes.
or Harold and Kumar
jail.
go to camp.
Well, they have been in jail, but
Well, yeah,
well,
they
they went
gave
already-
us the Guantanamo Bay ones.
Because I did that. They did that the same with Pee Wee Herman as well.
Right.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine how awesome if it would have been if there was a Pee Wee Ernest crossover? Those guys would have been great together.
yeah,
I talked to the one guy who Coke Sam and John Cherry, they actually did replace Jim Varney in Kentucky for a few advertisements and everything. You can look them up on YouTube. Just type in New Ernest and everything.
You can't
And-
have Ernest without Jim Varney. I don't care what
But
anybody says.
I think this guy
Yeah.
did an okay. I
It's gonna
think
be
this guy
very
did.
hard to. or
I think
replicate
this guy
that.
did an okay job.
You know what I mean, Vern?
okay. I can see him right here.
He does okay. But I actually found I actually talked to him on the phone, and yeah, he really nice guy. You know, and everything, and he told me some information. I guess Coke Sam's, the director of a lot of the Ernest movies.
Yeah.
One of the reasons why we haven't gotten that Son of Ernest project is he has Parkinson's.
Oh wow. Didn't know that.
And I know that they are still looking for a new Ernest, but then there's this one guy doing all these Ernest fan stuff on YouTube, and they didn't really like the fact because he broke contract. He said that he was actually casted as the new Ernest, but he couldn't say that, so he was fired. So they're actually still looking for a new Ernest, but like that's going to be so hard to even do because Jim Varney was a rare talent. Like he was.
Yeah.
He was.
I wish he was still around.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
He was.
I wish he would have done
a-
more serious type of roles, especially with Jeff Speakman in The Expert.
He was good as Jed in the Beverly Hillbillies. He really got that character.
That's a fun movie.
Well, he was a Shakespearean actor and a stand-up comedian.
Really?
I mean,
Yeah, I saw the Shakespearean part. He seemed like he played it pretty well, all things considering.
well, that's one of the things I was even telling people. Like,
I heard that his last role, Billy Bob Thornton gave him a role in one of his movies. That was his last movie. Billy
Right.
Bob Thornton gave him a.
He has a dramatic film, right?
Yeah.
Well, one of the things that I was even saying that like the Wild Wild West remake. Yes, I prefer the 1960s TV show hands down.
Me too.
But I will say that Will Smith does an okay job as
He
Jim
does.
West.
He does it with the. He does have the wit and the
Yeah.
physicality.
But
The problem is it should have been a better movie. That's the problem.
But my problem was Kevin Kline. I don't think he was right.
I thought he was okay.
I was going to ask, what
Well-
y'all think of Kevin Kline? I'm sure.
I
still haven't
heard,
seen
I
that
heard
movie.
that before Will Smith got that role, that George Clooney was supposed to play that role.
Huh.
Jim West.
My thing
Imagine
was, I think Robin Williams or Jim Varney would have been a better Artemis Gordon
I could see that. I could
because
see that.
you needed more of a. Because remember, in the TV show, Artemis Gordon was a master of disguise. He could do all these voices.
Right.
So you needed more like a Robin Williams or a Jim Varney. And
Maybe a Dana Carvey, right?
I don't know about Dana Carvey.
So
Billy Crystal. I don't know.
Yeah, Billy Crystal would have pulled it off, maybe.
Billy Crystal would have been interesting, but like you. But I that's what that's one thing I want to see. I want to see a new Wild Wild West type
A reboot.
A reboot, like, and get Chris Van Damme as Jim West.
I could see
Mhm.
that. I could see that.
And then gosh, I don't know who you get to play Artemis Gordon.
Not
Nowadays.
Kevin Kline in your mind.
You know what?
Mark
Speaking of,
Wahlberg.
don't
I'm
get me
playing.
started with him.
I don't even know who you get because you need
I'm joking.
I
know.
know.
Speaking of which, did anyone like the new Spencer for Hire movie that he did?
I
Who?
haven't
Mark
seen that one.
Wahlberg?
Yeah, he was in a newer one.
I didn't know that. You can't replace Robert Urich.
Yeah,
You
it's
can't. You
basically
can't.
because I actually bought that.
I
DVD.
remember. I know that actually Joe Montana did a few Spencer movies. He was okay in it, but you can't
Wow.
replace Robert Urich. You can't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Well, I'm
I-
probably
I-
gonna wrap up here in a minute. So
like the actress who plays his girlfriend in the Mark Wahlberg movie that Scotty was talking about. Eliza Schlesinger.
Right.
I think she's a very funny stand-up comedian.
Mm-hmm.
She is what I appreciate about her is that she is a feminist, but she doesn't like sit there rub it in her face, with her stand-up.
She's not woke.
Well, even she made fun of.
She
even
never.
she made-
Yeah, she hasn't gone full woke, like full.
Well, even
retard.
she's made fun of woke before. Like she said, I stole a line from her. That's what she says. The only woke I know is what I did this morning.
What's her name again?
Eliza Schlesinger.
Okay.
I don't know who she is.
I think she's actually pretty funny. I've heard
What else was she in? What else was she in?
that was her first major movie. She's on
What
Netflix.
was the movie again?
Scotty?
Hmm?
What was the movie with Marky Mark you were talking about?
It's the remake of Spencer for Hire.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that the Netflix movie. That was it.
Yeah, Eliza.
Oh, I didn't know that was a reboot of Spencer for. I didn't know.
I saw the trailer, but I didn't
I
really
heard it
care
was a
for
hit on Netflix. I had no idea that was a reboot of Spencer for Hire. I didn't know.
So
I
yeah,
did not know.
my thing is Eliza Schlesinger, her stand-up specials, she did what is it? War Paint, Freezing Hot, and Elder Millennial are her stand-up specials, and I think she's quite funny. Like she does, and she's like one of the things that she even said that was honestly quite funny. Her husband, which unfortunately she has a husband, but she said it's great because my husband is a cook, so that I don't have to be in the kitchen now. She makes so many funny jokes. Like she is a feminist, but she makes totally non-PC jokes too, because it's like she deserves her own.
And you know what? If she was in that female Ghostbusters movie, maybe it would have been better if she was in it.
Maybe.
Yeah. Which, hey, who I actually like in that, who the only actress I liked in that new that Ghostbusters movie that doesn't exist. I did like that Kate McKenna girl.
She's okay. I like her, but the movie, it's just that the movie. But I like her. She was in the Bubble. She was in that movie I mentioned, The Bubble. She's cool. I like her, but she needs more material. But I like her. Yeah,
I think she's quite funny. I do like her quite a bit. So
cool. Man. Good to know. I was going to say, Johnny Jerry actually said it was Spencer Confidential. And before we get off, I would. Has anyone ever heard of a film called Beyond the Stars with Martin Sheen and Christian Slater?
It sounds familiar.
No, I haven't seen it.
It sounds familiar.
Yeah, I think if it's still for free on YouTube, you should definitely check it out. It's a very good little story, and believe it or not, it had Sharon Stone in it. Before
I love Sharon Stone. Wow. Junebug, you mentioned Ghostbusters. What did you think of Ghostbusters Afterlife?
I liked Ghostbusters Afterlife quite a bit. I know I would say it is probably for me third best Ghostbusters movie. I still like Ghostbusters. Ghostbusters 2 is my favorite. But I do like Ghostbusters Afterlife. I hope that aren't they doing like a new TV?
I heard they're doing a TV show, and they're coming out with this new video game called Spirits Unleashed, where it's actually a continuation because Winston he runs the firehouse.
Okay, so that's a continuation. Yeah, I do like it. I do like it. The only thing is for the new one, I just say, let's maybe have the Ghostbusters get a better, rogue scholar. Like use villains from the cartoon. Like have the boogeyman.
I was gonna say the same thing. Get the boogeyman. Get Sean Hayne. Everybody was waiting to see him. Get Sean Hayne.
Or you know what? Here's what you do. I had a script. Have it where like I had a script idea for the boogeyman versus the Grim Reaper. So you have like maybe the boogeyman, the Ghostbusters have to fight the Grim Reaper and the boogeyman. Or cool. You know what? Even use the Ghostbusters Hellbent script and rework it, because that was a great script.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing, like the script that I read was so it was so honestly just tailor-made for Chris Farley, because there's this scene where the Chris Farley's character would try on the costume, and he sits there, it doesn't fit. And then he sits there, and then Bill Murray sits there, whispers to I think it was Egon, maybe he should suck in. And so he sits there, does this whole and then he sits there, it fits. Like it was so honest and just made for Chris Farley. And
speaking of Chris Rock, he was supposed to be in that one.
Yeah,
Chris Farley
and Will Smith too. Ironically,
what?
They wanted Chris Rock and Will Smith, but then here's the thing: Will Smith turned it down because Chris Rock was going to do it.
Will Smith. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And now Will Smith is a cuckbuster.
Will Smith and Chris Rock never got along.
He's a pet buster.
He needs to be the slap buster from here on out, right?
Yeah.
So, but at the script, at least what I read on this site one time, I wish It's one of those things. I wish you would have screenshotted it, but I wish I would have screenshotted it. But the site that I read, it said that they were considering John Carpenter to direct.
Oh my god!
Because
that would have been awesome.
Because
God!
Because Ivan Reitman wasn't sure if he could really direct a horror movie because he knew his limitations. So they were looking at more horror directors.
Wow.
John Carpenter would, because John Carpenter's done everything, man. He would definitely pull it.
Then like it said they were looking at Christopher Lee as the villain.
Oh my god.
That sounded like there's some good ideas in there for sure.
Yeah.
But of course Bill Murray had to kind of fuck it up with his ego.
Just do the Ghostbusters Hellbent script and rework it with those kids, because that script is amazing, because it's this occultist who reads occult book and turns New York into an alternate hell. So New York becomes this hell,
Interesting.
I was going to mention, speaking of Will Smith and Chris Rock, he went on to do Men in Black, which was kind of like Ghostbusters but with aliens. How about Ghostbusters Men in Black crossover? No, because nobody mentions Men in Black much anymore.
Maybe
they do, but they talk about that woke international movie.
Oh God, fuck that!
Guys, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up.
Yeah,
because I'm gonna go ahead and start dinner. That's gonna take about
but it was a pleasure. It was a pleasure to hang out with you guys. It was fun. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
I mean, it went on for a while, but we're gonna.
But it was fun though.
Oh yeah. Once again, it's always cool to hang out with you, John, Wildman, Isaac, Ty, Bobby. Too bad we couldn't get Matt Studio Redman, but hey, can't get everyone in there,
Yeah. But
they're here in spirit.
One day we're gonna get them in here, because I can get in 10 people. One day it'll happen. But thank you guys.
Yeah, I'll see you in the stars. Good. See you later.
All right.
See you later.
Ladies in the Minjay.